camera two, camera one, camera two.
Hello there, and welcome to this week's Sacred Society podcast with myself here, X.
Dadpool, a.k.a. Maurice.
Yes, and with our guest over here and one of our society members, Rivers.
What up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, same old, same old.
So, let's just not...
Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, straight up, dude.
Straight up. We're on here, we're getting ready to talk about the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Came out last week. I got to see it on Thursday. X, thank you for joining us and coming with us and going and seeing it. Again, apologize in advance for the loudness of my family as we enjoyed the movie, but it was a fantacular, spectacular experience from start to finish. One thing I was happy about, I was able to get one of the fucking popcorn buckets, dude.
Which one did you get?
I got the Wolverine head. It's not the one that AMC put out where it's the one everybody wants to fuck. Excuse my language. Wants to violate. But it's pretty cool because I have the Spider-Man. I think it was the Spider-Man Homecoming popcorn bucket they have. And so now it's up on my shelf with Wolverine standing next to it. But I was like, man, why didn't Marvel, did they put out all the heads for all the movies that everybody's had at this point? Because if so, you could have like a whole fucking setup of that. But at any rate, so we're here to talk about that movie. We're definitely going to be talking about spoilers.
Spoiler cast.
Lots and lots of stuff like that. So if you don't want to hear spoilers because you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to probably advise you not to watch this stream at this time. But come back, visit us when you have watched it, and listen to all the banter and all the stuff that we talked about. And I'm sure you probably see some things that we might have missed. So
correct.
With that being said, how should we start this? How should we say?
All right, well, first and foremost, let's talk about the popcorn buckets.
Yes. Yes.
When it comes to those things, how many did you buy?
I just bought the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's some fucking asshole on, don't excuse my language. There's some fucking douchebag who was on Facebook Market who was selling both the meme one and the one that you got. Right. For $140, and there was another guy who was selling it for like $250.
Yeah.
And so, it was fucking retarded.
The only one I wish I would have bought was the taxi one. It was a taxi car. It had Deadpool on the side, or I think he was riding on the top or something. That one I would have bought because that looked cool. But I didn't get to go back and see it the second time this weekend. I'm a little disappointed in myself.
Well,
however,
online they do, like on the AMC Marketplace.
I saw that they have like every theater now has like all their stuff on there for you to be able to buy. Yeah, exactly. But then again, you see all these people now. Like he just said, I just went on Macari this morning to check out what the prices are, and it's ridiculous.
Scalpers galore.
Yeah. And it's funny too because I've had friends and people that were down at Comic-Con this last weekend, and they got to be in Hall H on Thursday. Rather, they got to see the movie with all the actors, and I guess apparently they spoiled one of the cameos. They had X-23 come on stage, and like they didn't know she was going to be in it. Because I remember in an interview she was saying, "Oh, I'm not in that movie. Sorry. I wish they called, but scheduling conflicts and blah blah blah." I'm like, you liar. You pulled an Andrew Garfield.
Well, apparently Kevin Feige got mad at her because I guess she pulled up at the red carpet premiere and they haven't even spoiled or anything. So when she's at the red carpet, she basically announced it at that point.
Oh, damn. Well, crazy. But yeah, there was some other bucks.
You can bring your own snacks. You can bring your own food.
Can you bring your own Scooby snacks?
Yeah, if you
got Doobie snacks?
Yeah, if you can. If you don't,
right,
if people don't get bothered by it.
Yeah,
I mean, it is legal. It's outdoors, but
I
don't recommend being the asshole. Blowing smoke in people's face. But
that's true.
We bring our own snacks, our own food. People bring chairs. They bring like a whole party of people. So you got some like birthday parties or like after whatever event they're going to. But I spent a total of like $43.
Hey.
For everything, like because it was like $21 for like popcorn, large drink, and a hot dog. So exactly. So hey, man, it's cheaper.
Damn, dude, it's
a good deal. And plus, you're in your car, so you don't have anybody bothering you or like breathing your own air, telling you this is the third time they're watching this movie and snoring.
I apologize for that.
So what about you, X?
What are we talking about?
Where did you see the movie?
Where did you see the movie?
Well, I first went to go see it with you.
Yes.
And I'll be honest. One of the one of the things I think about sometimes is like
Oh, sorry.
I
had to break the fourth wall.
It's okay. I genuinely, you talk about getting hit as a kid. You were spanked. Nobody who talks as much as you do during a fucking movie has ever been truly hit. Because like I don't move. My meter does this.
Mm-hmm. That's your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Sure resting heart rate's fucking 1. Like that's a lot of rest. No, dude, it's funny because I was looking at Ninja Turtles was such an interesting watch with you and because I was like, all right, cool. Like you talk a bit, but you're enthusiastic. I think that's where it doesn't bother me because you're actually enjoying the movie the way it should be. Then I was like, why the fuck do you talk so much? Oh my god, no. No shit. And it's like
it's the inner monologue talking out.
Even my inner monologues go, tell him to shut the fuck up.
Why didn't you?
And then I'm all, you shut the fuck up. No, you shut the fuck up. And the entire time I'm all.
I remember one time at one point in the movie, something come up, and I accidentally just go like this because it was like, it was excitement, and as soon as I touched it, I was like, fuck, he's gonna hit me.
No.
He's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit me. I was like,
you know where I was trying to.
But you gave me the look. You're like, because like it was
that's all I do.
Yeah, I know. And
it's funny because in my head I'm like, I understand my father now. My dad didn't like anybody, and I'm like, that's me. And I think the funny part for me was how when the cameos came out, each person is speaking or interacting in a way where kind of like Endgame, where I was the only person I think in Endgame who was so fucking upset and like why with Captain America getting Thor's hammer. I was like, that's fucking stupid. And everyone was I'm all boo this man. Boo this man. Even my dad was like, what the fuck?
This shit sucks.
Yeah. Well, the reason why is because you just had a fucking movie where he goes, are you the god of hammers or the god of thunder? That hammer doesn't have fucking thunder. That's the dumbest shit ever. Fuck you and your stupid ass bullshit, Marvel. Let's go. Never mind, Marvel, I'm back.
When the machine goes burn.
But I feel like that is the thing where this movie justified so much about people having a genuine reaction that the guys sitting next to us on our right side, when certain variants came out or certain characters from the Fox universe came out, I could hear them, and it's my ADHD.
Right.
I pick up on something, and I immediately I feel like a Terminator, where I'm there and I'm watching something, and I'm paying attention, but the second I hear you, I'm paying attention at two things.
Right.
So the guy was like, I don't really know who that character is, and it's is it Azrael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Azazel.
Azazel, thank you.
Yeah.
The fucking
from First Class.
Nightcrawler's father, right?
Is that what?
Not anymore, but yeah.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like the guy says it, and immediately I'm watching the movie, and I'm all.
Dun, 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 dun.
I can't. I'm completely ruined by it. But it was funny because I was like, why the fuck are you so loud, dude? Like, what in your life made you do that? And your mom goes, oh my God, woo! I'm all, there it is. And your mom's such a sweetheart.
I know.
The first thing your mom does, because we went to go get the snacks.
Yep.
We were talking, I got you and stuff. And dude, I swear to God, your fucking kid is probably one of the funniest kids. Like, he is definitely your son.
Right.
He's got a great personality, but I was waiting, and he was like, oh, we're going to head over. I was late when he told me that, and I'm coming further than he is to get to the theater.
Right.
And I still showed up early.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Iz was like, were you standing over here by yourself? He wouldn't leave me. He wouldn't do that to me. He's my friend. And I was like, fuck you, kid.
Fuck them kids.
Did he really say that?
Yeah. And it was just so funny because the way his face was looking at me, he wouldn't leave me. He's my friend.
What's over there?
Yeah, exactly. He's I'll just walk briskly this way. Try to catch me. Oh, fuck. My one true weakness, sport walking.
Damn.
But your mom came over to me and immediately was like, hey, I talk a lot. I hope that's not an issue. And I was like, for you, though, yeah, like whatever you want. Because your mom is genuinely such a considerate person. You know, every parent has their moment, but I feel like most of the time when they're in polite company, they try their best. And she did. And what I think I enjoy about your mom, she's like my mother-in-law, where Sanzu shows me a photo the other day that her mom texted to us, and it's her with a little dog. I think it's my older sister-in-law's dog or some shit. And she has the dog, and she's like, it's like a really nice photo of my mother-in-law.
Right.
Then the very next photo is this giant dinosaur mural on a wall, and its mouth is open, and she's feeding the dog. And I'm like, it's nice to see our parents' generation be kids again.
Yeah, absolutely.
This movie truly isn't for kids.
No.
Not in the sense of like it's a Deadpool movie, but absolutely in the conjecture of that.
The crude humor and everything.
Not just that. No. It's like it took an amalgamation of 2000. I was in 5th grade. Okay. 98. I was in 3rd grade, late 3rd grade, 4th grade. Blade came out.
Yeah.
So, you know, my entire childhood was lined up with this this franchise, and it was not meant for anyone else but us who grew up with it.
Correct.
So the movie in general was fun. When that guy was yelling when Blade came out, and all the other different variants, you were yelling, everyone was yelling. It's that moment of, even though I hated the fucking Captain America having Mjolnir,
right?
I understand, like, dude, people are just having a good time. The Justice League guy,
Oh.
he just genuinely was like, he was so excited to see the movie, and in that moment, I'm like, you know, dude, good for you, bud.
Yeah.
Good for fucking you, man. At least somebody's enjoying this shit, because it wasn't me. So let's start off with the movie. The movie starts off with him trying to go into the Old Man Logan. Apparently, they're in the same universe.
Yeah. So they're in the same universe, and basically it picks up with Wade giving up the Deadpool mantle, no longer doing the superhero. Peter, oh my God, dude. Okay, we'll get into that later, but I love the interaction with Peter, and that, like, him and they both work at the same, like, it kind of seems like what's that, buy your car online kind of thing, like the CarMax. Yeah. Like they're working for one of those companies. Then you get to see everybody from that universe, you know, that we've already established in the last 2 movies, which, you know, it's cool to see all the cameos. The one person that didn't show up, T.J. Miller, the Weasel, we know why. And so that wasn't a miss, but it was cool to see all the cameos, and like they were celebrating. They did like a surprise birthday for him and everything, and that was really cool. And then you find out that like him and Nessa are no longer together, you know, and that's kind of a bummer. And like find out she's dating somebody else. He's like, oh, well, that's great, you know. And then boom, it just starts off. It throws us right into knock at the door. TVA's there, and it was a wild ride, dude. Like.
Well, let's break down the first and foremost. It does a montage and an intro of it was a TikTok dancer that did I don't remember what his name was, but it all came across. Ironically enough, to show you how much they track your phones, we genuinely, I had not seen any Deadpool content on my page.
Yeah.
Then, after Sandu and I went to go watch it, even though I saw it with you 4 or 5 days earlier, the second we got back from the theater, everything Deadpool came up. And I was like, well, that's even better because I want to talk about it. So.
Right.
I'm all, thank you, FBI Chinese guy. He's all, no problem. Yeah, he's all saying. But, so they have the TikTok dancer. They have Logan. Yeah. And then he's still dead.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how regenerative healing factors work, yada, yada, yada. People are talking about something that we'll bring up later about the Marvel at Comic-Con reveals.
Yes.
But they talk about, like, legacy being ruined because Logan himself is a person that movie was so impactful
Yeah.
as a serious role, and it was like a nod of like goodbye, that this tarnishes that. I disagree.
Yeah.
Specifically because it's not the same Logan.
No.
And Jackman came back to be
Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's not Logan.
No.
He's not Old Man Logan. He's not anyone who's beaten down. He is the Wolverine.
I did love that they showed that cameo for Old Man
that was
Logan
cool.
on the homestead, just sitting there. Oh my god!
Get off my lawn. And so we see him go. The TVA comes to hit him up, and then it immediately goes into a in sync.
Yeah.
Montage.
Bye.
And he just fucking starts ripping people apart, which we found out yesterday. The new generation does not know or even have an idea, or I should say, let me not blanket that. Majority of the new generation does not know who NSYNC is.
Right.
So when you go on to Spotify,
Oh yeah.
they change all
changed
their
the names,
stuff.
yeah.
They change all their names on Spotify specifically. I had saved this.
I know it was on the official video. It says that they're known now as the video in Deadpool, or the song in Deadpool,
from
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, song from Deadpool Wolverine. Also in Trolls, and
that's right,
and a whole bunch of other Better Place band together. And they do that because there's a whole new generation who's like, man, this movie, this is great. Sanzu and I were talking about it, of where how do you get that, and how do you correlate that as far as 1998 was the songs,
right?
So 98 to current time now, you're looking at roughly what we would be listening to from something in 74, 71. So it's when we would be watching movies and you're like, oh, I love that song. Well, yeah, that's ABBA. No, it's the band from that movie. That's what we would say.
Right,
but
right.
Your
I would
generation,
know it as, oh, that's ABBA.
That's ABBA.
They were a big hit in disco time.
What's
Absolutely.
disco?
Exactly. So
this goes like this goes like that, this goes like this goes like that.
Yeah, fucking okay.
That was my grandfather's joke that he taught me when I was...
Kiss one. So...
Do the hustle.
They do that, and then you immediately get... after that whole thing, you get the whole back and forth. First full attempt at the jokes.
Yes.
Where they talk about cocaine.
Yeah.
And you can't do this at him and
Blind Owl. Yeah.
Everything that it was funny because they included all the jokes from the trailer.
Right.
The one trailer I did see, at least I should say.
That was everything that you see in the very beginning seems to be everything from the trailer from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was the one that we watched. That after we watched that, I remember you said, I'm not watching anything else after this. I don't want don't tell me anything. In fact, a couple times we would do pods, and I would start to bring something up, be like, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, okay.
Shut up.
So then I would have to like switch gears in my head, like, okay, let's bring up something else, because I genuinely did the same thing. I stayed away from everything I could. I had to not necessarily unfollow a lot of the pages, but I had to constantly like scroll past real quick, because, and then of course the week before, 2 weeks before, everybody was sending me stuff, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not responding to this because I don't want to see it yet. I want to genuinely go into this movie and be surprised. And I was, dude. I think all the cameos that they pulled off were a spectacular surprise, especially in the way that we get set up into the movie. What was your favorite? What was your guys' favorite cameo?
I don't want to do that. I want to go through the movie till we talk about
let's
that.
do the movie first, and then we'll go break it down.
No, because here's the thing. They get to the TVA, and they get into the apartment, and the apartment immediately you hear this thing of where he goes outside and he goes, whoa, is that supposed to intimidate me? Are you the dancers? And he goes, I'm not new to pegging, friend, but Disney is.
Right.
And that little wink.
Yeah.
The fourth wall breaks were so quick. I think why I hate Deadpool 2 so much is it's over the top in how it's like, and this is funny, anybody? To where this one is, it's funny. Whether you like it or not,
right?
It's funny. And it does well. It does well to show that. Takes him into the TVA, they do their thing. Then he gets fitted. He gets fitted by the tailor.
A couple of times.
he goes, oh man, fuck yeah, this thing has a no camel toe, new car smell, perfect fit, bad news is
He's a bit of a predator.
he's a bit of a predator.
Yes.
He's like, this guy knows what I'm talking about, and he's trying to do the Avengers Tony Stark thing. That guy's playing Galaga.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
Who you calling? He's who you calling? Your wife? He's like, HR. Does she work at HR? One of the interviews that I had seen briefly was how Ryan had said he had interjected a part into the movie that if they never made another Deadpool movie, they made a great movie. They had a good trilogy. But if they did, they'd have to bring it up because too many fans would be like, why? And what that part was Thor crying over him.
Yeah.
Which was such a subtle thing. Is that Thor crying over me? Whoa. That's in the distant future.
Yeah.
Don't show him. They just.
So we were talking before we were doing the live about the rumor that you had heard about that scene because we were talking. What do you think that scene is about?
So apparently the rumor is that Ryan Reynolds and crew jokingly recreated Thor to the Dark World up I want to say at least to the first act. Then after that, they basically scrapped it and just kept doing whatever they were doing. So, and then that's part of the joke why Thor was crying over Deadpool in place of Loki.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I just find that to be such a great thing of, like, not just job security, but the idea of, like, why not?
Well, it's funny because after that moment, he's obsessed with it throughout the rest of the movie. Like every time when he wakes up, Thor, like, you know, like he's always like, it's like on his mind. The other thing that really got me, did we talk about, is this too far into when he goes to meet Happy?
No, that's in the beginning. That's actually like right before the whole birthday party.
So
thing.
the thing with Happy that I forgot about, and I was thinking about this, is that why he didn't hire him at that time. Because that was right before Infinity War and Endgame. And think about that. If Deadpool would have been on that team when Tony and the Guardians were fighting Thanos the first time, and Mantis had jumped on him and had him, like, subdued, there wouldn't have been no hesitation from Star-Lord. Because Deadpool would have just went over there and just hacked his head right off. Done. It would have been done. Because he's the only one that's crazy enough to do it. It's the job. We have to do it. It's the mission. So, could that have been a reason why they're like, no, we can't hire you? But I mean,
I also feel. I mean, let's be honest. It's all the Fox merger stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, in reality, it's the same reason why they couldn't have Hulk or Thor in Civil War. How the hell? So Civil War. Civil War to me is being on the playground when you're a kid. Okay, and all of you are trying to, like, it's you and not even the playground. You're in the front yard playing with your cousins. And you all just decide to start fucking each other up. And one of your uncles, if not you were the unlucky bastard for it to be your dad, comes in and just starts demolishing you. Get the fuck over here. You know what I mean? No matter how much you guys don't like each other in that moment while you're playing, or how much you band together,
right?
That dad's going to whoop some ass like Pootie Tang. Fucking Sarate. Yeah, exactly. Fucking.
With the ponytail.
Yeah, exactly. Sarate. I forget what the other one was. The other thing he says.
Top of my head, no.
Sabata. But that's how I see it. Is how are you gonna have a bunch of people that you're trying to introduce? Black Panther would fucking get murdered immediately.
Yeah.
By Hulk. I'm sorry. And so with Deadpool, I feel like the only solution, because of the impracticality of certain things, like when they turn Mantis into ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you're gonna just make him into nothing, you know. So I feel like it would have been a wasted thing because it's a lock and a key that work, but you have to really make it work.
Yeah.
You know. So when he meets Happy, it's an interesting thing. What does he say? He goes, you know, us Avengers. He goes, wait, we? Like the plural? Yeah. I didn't realize you're an Avenger. Well, it's adjacent.
Avengers adjacent.
He's like, weren't you the driver? I thought you were the.
What's your superhero?
I started as a driver. I made it.
Yeah. What's your superpower? Parallel parking.
That was so good.
He's why don't you go get the car? Rejection makes me hungry.
Oh, there was in that office on the back counter, that Iron Man,
the briefcase.
The little it looks like an Iron Man helmet.
Oh yeah,
and it looks like a little kid,
the cheap one.
So that is actually a callback to the first Iron Man, when or is it Iron Man 2? I think it's 2.
With
that Peter Parker cameo, the little kid that's wearing the helmet, that's Peter Parker's helmet from that, and so that was in the back. I kept looking at it going, why does that helm look so fucking weird? And then it dawned on me, it's like, that's Peter's.
And there's a lot of limbo right now with Sony.
Yeah.
So because they showed the photo on a TikTok where they were like, oh, this is the exact photo, which it was.
Yeah.
But they were like, it's in limbo, so they didn't have to get another thing
Well,
involved.
a couple years back, like maybe a year or two ago, Feige confirmed that is in fact Peter Parker. Like when they brought him over, like this, I think it was after the second movie, they were like, yeah, that's him in Iron Man 2. It's kind of a setup, and that's why he's obsessed with Stark and da-da-da-da. So that was cool. I did hear that Hugh wants to do a movie with Spider-Man and Deadpool, like the three of them teaming up. I would love to see something like that. I would love to see Spider-Man and Deadpool team up, because that to me is kind of funny, because here you have Peter, who's already been a superhero for a little while now and is always by the book about the way he tries to do things, and then you'd have fucking Wade over here, just chaos.
Ricky Spanish asks, is Happy and the Avengers in the same universe as Deadpool? No, he's in the 616, but the question is, how does he get to 616? Because eventually he's in 10005,
something like that,
which is Deadpool's universe. So how does he get to? Well, I guess you know what. Well, no, because he gets the time travel from Cable.
Yes,
right.
To go back in time, which I thought was ingenious, because I totally fucking forgot.
Yeah.
That he got the watch from Cable.
Well, he got that from Negasonic Teenage
There you
Warhead,
go.
because she's the one that fixed it for him.
Right.
And that's where he got that whole Marvel Jesus thing before he was saying that, because he was like, didn't he say I'm like the Messiah or something
pretty
like
much,
that?
Pretty much.
Can't remember what it, but he was when he says that when he leaves, and they both look at each other, and she says to what's her name, Yukio.
Yuki? Yeah,
she says, did he just refer to himself as a god? And he's like, what have I done?
Yeah.
So
I don't know how he would have gotten into the.
Because I was thinking, like, because he said he destroyed it, and then maybe, I don't remember. I gotta watch it again.
Well, yeah, because he goes to 616, and then he immediately is back in 10005.
Oh, okay. unless he tried to before he destroyed it and became washed and loser pool.
Yeah, because that was what he was doing. Remember, he was applying for that big job because he really needed it.
Yeah. There we go.
God,
Yeah,
I need to see that movie again.
So they go from there, and then he eventually goes to look for, an anchor.
Yeah.
What do they call them?
Yeah,
anchor beans.
Anchor bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, anchor bean, and then it goes immediately to one of the dopest intros into a setting, which was like such a subtle thing, but I loved it. Is they show them throwing the axes at the boards, and he
comes
catches
out
it
and
no problem, and just hands it back, and then we get our first iteration of comic accurate Chris-sized
Yes.
Wolverine.
That's when I did it. That's when I did that.
He's a
I was
representation.
I was like, representation. Yeah. I was like, look, it's me on screen finally.
You little short king.
He's like, oh, look at you.
But I love how like when they refer to him as that Wolverine, like Wolverine looks around like, yeah, dude, I've always been this size kind of thing. Like, dude,
Yeah.
this is normal. Like, what the fuck?
Let's go.
I'm sad we didn't get the fastball special. That would have been cool to see.
Him and Puck. were
Yeah.
the tiniest ones on Alpha Flight.
Yep.
Which is crazy because if you think about that, how menacing is Wolverine at that height? You know, like visually, but then the realization of how small he is, and everybody, including the Hulk, is like, oh.
Which when did that come up?
So first one was that one. The second one was him going into it's not the John Byrne one.
It's Age of Apocalypse or Old Man Logan.
No, Age of Apocalypse is first.
Where he has that crazy hair,
big crazy hair,
on his
chopped
arm.
off hands.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was fucking dope, dude.
He goes, oh man, so everything's on fire. Do you have a pet dragon or something? And just immediately goes into him with the hair. Then he goes into the classic John Byrne one where he sees the suit but not yet says anything. Then they go into the.
Is that the John Byrne suit with the
brown claws?
Brown claws, and that's when you see
the brown suit and the.
And that's the Hulk reference.
Yes,
right?
It is, but that doesn't go first. Then it goes to, the one on the cross, which is.
Oh my God!
That's a fever. I think it's Fever Dream, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have him on that one. That
was fucking.
That one was great, but in the worst way, where he doesn't even help him.
Yeah, he just leaves.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh man, we're
hey,
just trying to go in a different direction." Then he sees the one working on the motorcycle. He just sees his back and he goes, "This
cavalry.
This is where we need it."
That one was my favorite. I've already watched that. Somebody already posted. I've watched that video over 100 times. It is just, I don't know why it's so funny to me, because it's just reaction of like, oh my God, I'm glad you're over here. Like, we're so glad that you left the DC. I don't think he mentions DC, but he's like, we're gonna take so much better care of you over here than those guys down the street. It's like,
down the
he's
road.
like, oh my God, you look so much better than I thought, like more accurate. And when Cavill turns around and he does the fucking Mission Impossible arm fucking thing, it's like, time for you to go, and then he just one punches him, dude. Yeah. It is just fucking phenomenally funny, dude.
Yeah. Then he sees. He asks him about him. Isn't this the one where you fight the Hulk? And that's when you see the Hulk.
Oh, because he does say, "Oh, the classic John Byrne costume."
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. This is the one we could use.
Yeah.
There's that one. Then you have Old Man Logan. We finally see him.
Oh man, that was good.
But to me, I think the only reason I didn't really care for it myself was because I feel like Logan gave me Old Man Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I still appreciated like the umph of it. But he's in a desert in the book, and they put him in a forest.
Like a forest, yeah. That was kind of weird.
Like, all right, so maybe he's old, but that part of the story hasn't happened yet.
Right.
With the kids and everything. So,
yeah.
Ricky Spanish says, "Short Kings." I said, "We salute you when we can see you." Okay. After that, he lands into the bar with the current Logan Wolverine.
Oh, we got about Patch.
Oh yeah,
Patch.
He sees
that was. I thought that was gonna be what's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Well, here's the thing. There was, I don't know if you'd seen it. What's his name? Rob.
Oh, Delaney.
Yeah. From It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did his cameo, but they cut it apparently.
So, the rumor is the reason why they did the cuts of the cameos is because, for Wolverine or Deadpool 2, they had done all the DVD covers for $5. Did you buy those?
I remember those. I don't think I got any of them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because at the time, I don't think they had them. Did they have them at Best Buy?
They had them everywhere. They're Walmart, Best Buy, Target. Everybody had them.
But discount bins, yeah.
Yeah, the five. Well, it was the $5 movies: Princess Bride, Babysitter's Club.
I must have missed when they did those.
So
I do remember seeing all the advertisements, all the different movie posters that they recreated. As Deadpool.
And they were all $5 movies.
I didn't know that.
And
fucking hell.
And just because they wanted to sell you their IP and doing the thing all over. From what I think about it is, like, he's a smart marketer, right? He talks about how him and the director started writing the script, and they were waiting for blowback from Disney. All the jokes at Disney's expense,
right.
the craziness, and they never got anything back. And so they're like, well, fuck it, free for all. Disney knows one thing, and he said it, they know money. And money, they know that, I mean, dude, this is the fastest grossing rated R movie of all time.
Yeah,
and it's barely been a week.
And we talked about that a couple of times where I kept saying, like, dude, what kind of R is Disney going to do? And I kept saying, they're going to do a hard R. And they did. Like, you even said it, dude. Like, he said they didn't just dip their toe in it. They just straight jumped in, like, cannonball. And, like, but again, it worked, dude. Like,
well, the reality of it is that when they started getting into the conversation of all this stuff, you look at all the different stuff that they talked about, they added, and all the stuff. But I think for me, looking at them getting into the rated R realm, getting into the jokes, with the Rob stuff and with the marketing, he's smart enough to know. Like, he made almost $1 billion off of a cricket phone in Canada.
Yeah.
You know?
And then went to Aviation Gin.
Yeah.
With Hugh Jackman.
And all this stuff he's smart about. They did say there is a confirmed cameo, or not cameo, I'm sorry, a confirmed sighting by himself. Danny DeVito said, yeah, I was on set. But he didn't confirm that he filmed. He just said he was on set.
Right.
So what a lot of people were like, well, how come we didn't see him or Rob or so forth? People are now starting to come out, hey, I filmed something. What the fuck? And to me, what I think is that he's saving it because
for the DVDs.
Because Disney Plus won't put it out. They physically need to make media available. Someone's going to put it online, of course.
Right.
But you have such a different generation that doesn't have the ideology of like physical media in your hand. So it's like if you had a special extra hour of deleted scenes and the multiverse of madness, his Deadpool madness, then you go into it and you see all these other people and all these other variants. Would you not spend the extra $35?
Oh, of course.
To see who the fuck's there. Of course you would.
Absolutely.
You're going to spend 2 movie tickets to see the same shit that you already saw 3 times 8 months earlier.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, so
Absolutely.
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
And that's
Personally.
smart.
Yeah.
And that's smart.
So once you get to there, then you get to this Wolverine. He's a sad boy. You learn about some stuff.
Yeah.
And then he drinks like crazy, takes him to the TVA. The shit goes back and forth. He almost falls back. Everything, yada, yada, yada. Then they get sent to the
wasteland.
Wasteland.
Yeah.
And then what happens from there, Rivers?
Let's see. They landed to the wasteland. They're like, where the fuck are we? What's happening here? Then they basically have to shit, my mind's going foggy now. But
well, they fought each other.
oh yes, they
That
fight
was
each
like-
other first.
Well,
As soon as they land, they fight each other.
Well, he lands, and then immediately he sees Wolverine's silhouette and says,
Right.
"Can you help me up?" And then that's where you see the line. And he
Yes.
goes, "Nope, I'm good." Picks him up, does the whole thing, and then starts slamming him. We see Fox in the background.
Yep.
We see a shape of a building.
Yeah.
I know they have like the little tower from Toronto in there at least.
Yeah, something like that. And then there was the helicarrier.
Yes.
Yeah,
way
they
far back.
way far back there.
Something
Yeah.
falls in the straight back. You can't see what it is, but Eric today had asked if it was a body. Was it Ant-Man? Because it looked huge. To me, I saw it twice. Could not make it out very well, but it looks more like a building than anything. But, I mean, who knows? So I didn't get to clear that out. Then comes the whole thing of where I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What did you say? Da, 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 da. And then it's like, all right, let's give the people what they want. Fight number 1.
Yep.
Right.
And it just fucking goes. That fight brought the biggest smile to my face. Like, that is what I think it was.
Well, because even part of that scene, the choreograph is straight from Spider-Man.
Is it?
It's the Spider-Man. I think it's the fight with in Amazing Spider. No, Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. The fight with him and Biff, or what's his name, in the lunchroom or the locker room. It's the dodging, the like all that is that specific fight. Because somebody posted that and I saw that. I was like, oh shit, I didn't catch that the first time.
Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson. There we go. Thank you.
So I think it was Eric and I talking about it earlier in the week, but it was the idea that people that are born into lives that have I don't want to what's the word, stereotype, but
Right.
let me go ahead. People that are born into like a better kind of background and a better type of environment usually have better opportunities. No shit. You get these people that don't understand like the tenacity it takes to fucking overcome something sometimes in a way that somebody who clearly has nothing different or nothing to lose versus nothing like to gain. The conversation of like there's a difference between broke people and poor people. Most people believe they're poor, but they're just broke. In this case, you have people that get put into these CEO jobs that are like, yeah, but you gotta have family fun, and how are they gonna talk it out, and how are we gonna have time out, and it's like, no. And then you ask the 3 Mexicans fucking cleaning the back rooms and the toilets and the one black guy who's an intern trying to get his name out there, and they're like, what would you do? Fuck that nigga up. And you're just like, oh God, you know. But you get this idea of like, just fuck them up, just let them fuck
Yeah.
up,
Let them fight.
let them, like 2 actual dudes with a lot of gas, just let them fucking duke it out. And everyone in that theater went fucking,
Because it was finally happening. Like,
yeah.
finally. You know, we've only seen this stuff on comic books and the pages. You know, we've only seen it if you watched Hulk versus what is it? Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God! In that one, because at one point Deadpool is in there and he's.
Yeah,
That's
he
a good
is.
one. That's actually Deadpool's first appearance in an animated movie,
That's true.
and that very end part is hilarious.
And I feel like because you have them both fighting like crazy, then you know they get it out. They all have their moments. Then they made the reference when they landed, and he has Wolverine's claws in him.
Oh.
And he goes, "Oh man, it's very Mad Maxy. Well, wouldn't that be IP infringement?" And he goes, "Shut the fuck up." Sans, you made a very good point, dude. That I am absolutely fucking Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like in my private time, the way I am, it's always just somebody will be like, "Man, you know what? What's your favorite art book to read?" Shut the fuck up.
And it's right over there.
Yeah, exactly. Now let me show you the way. Oh my god! And then they immediately meet the villains.
Right.
You see Red Skull's.
Yeah,
the German Red Skull mobile. Isn't that what it is?
I thought it was Tony's.
No.
Hot Rod.
Because I know they had the Fantastic Car,
Right.
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
then I thought it was like a Mad Max, the motorcycle.
Yeah,
the chariot from Furiosa.
was
Well, I mean,
cool.
even fucking Sabretooth has the thing where it's the giant stack with
Yeah,
a speaker.
and then
Yeah.
he's driving a chariot, a fucking motorcycle. So I'm like, did someone see Furiosa or something?
Yeah.
And so then we see them go together, and they're all trying to do a thing. And you hear, well, before they get there, you hear a voice, and we see blue and we see red, and immediately we hear Chris Evans' voice.
Right.
And it's like, oh, thank God, you're going to like this guy. You're going to hear a lot of cussing, a lot of this, a lot of that. He's, all right, let's do this together. He goes, all right. He's going to do it, and he puts his hands around his waist. I will be honest. That was, to this day, I think even more than later on in the movie, even though I was genuinely surprised, this has to be hands down one of the best fucking cameos that threw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he goes, oh my God, he's gonna say it, Avengers and stuff. He's like, flame on. And he goes, I'm sorry, what?
Part of me was like, yeah.
I fucking love that.
And it was great because in that moment when you're looking at Chris Evans, like he the way the cloak is on him,
Yes.
you can't really tell. You see these red
Yeah,
gauntlets that he's
yeah.
wearing, so
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, it's Cap, and you know, and I'm looking here, you know, I'm looking for the signature little like priesthood thing that's missing in the Fantastic Four.
But it's still pretty
outfits,
blue.
But it's still pretty blue, and I'm like, but I can't tell. I can't see the stars. I can't see the stripes. But I see the gauntlets. And then he goes, flame on, and I'm like, fuck, dude, hell yeah.
Because I was
Hell
thinking
yeah.
like maybe he's wearing like his World War II cap suit or his like his Civil War suit, not Civil War, no, Winter Soldier suit. But I think he's also wearing his Captain America pants because he's wearing special type of pants that
Oh,
look like
shit.
cat
I'm gonna have
pants.
to pay attention to it again.
They did a really good job of hiding it. And I'll be honest, when he said the flame on, I fucking died inside just so much. And I mean, Brian thought it was the funniest thing, Brian, because he goes, anytime something happens now, he just goes, like that's, you've been around me long enough to know.
absolutely.
We've seen shit happen where, what was it? One of the days when we would do the comic book breakfast club.
Oh yeah.
Every Tuesday we would do it. And it's like, yeah, man, fuck. It's like, it sucks because it's so early. No one can ever make it. And we want to just sit down with a bunch of people and just talk some shit. Have a breakfast and go about our day. Not a problem. Sometimes I wish, just the universe will provide people when we need them.
Yeah.
And in that fucking moment when we said that,
Yeah.
John goes, hey, guys. Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to have breakfast? And I was all, fuck. Wrong universe. And it's that immediate.
But we made way. We
Yeah.
made space.
Yeah. Well, he paid for it, so
That's true.
He's a good man.
He was a good man.
But I genuinely fucking thought that was so hilarious because I totally forgot that he was
Yeah.
it because they worked it up, the music, everything, and I thought that was such a great thing. And the entire time, what's his face from X-Men?
Fucking Pyro.
Pyro.
Yeah.
Not
Thumbs down.
impressed by shit.
No.
Just
Not at
watching
all.
him. And then the immediate just
Just suck the fucking flame from him, dude.
and then he falls, hits
Sounds
the nest,
gay
and
when
he
I
goes,
said that.
and he goes, oh fuck, oh. Eats shit on the ground, like
Dude.
whoever that stunt double is, I hope they got paid well.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt because that wasn't a doll. That's
I don't know what that was, dude, but yeah.
Oh
I thought he died right there. But
crumbled.
I was like, oh shit, he's still alive. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they get all taken. He goes, oh, I must have been asleep. He goes, not all of you is asleep. Then they get taken to.
Well, you gotta remember the fight with Sabretooth.
Oh,
Tyler
yeah.
Mane.
Yes.
That was from the first X-Men movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So to see those two on screen from the first time, what was it? When did X-Men come out?
2000.
2000, right? Yeah.
99,
So-
2000.
Yeah. So to see that guy still, and I remember you, or I know you, or something like that. I was like, all right. And that fight was just.
He goes, you're gonna want to do this. You're gonna want to do that. He's
He's
like,
like, time out, time out. He's like, look at you, look, embarrassing me over here, pulling out the fucking swords. He's like, little knife,
like,
a baby knife.
Yeah, he's like, shut the fuck up and get away from me. He's like, he just walks away, and just in that one, and of course that entire time, Sansu's just fucking. Well, she'll do a thing like she'll squeeze my leg or my hand because that two little squeezes, that means like that's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. If you just do this and if you just shut the fuck up and get away from me.
Oh man.
Immediately makes way of him and then starts doing like, look, your queen, Furiosa. Now, I did not see Furiosa.
Oh man,
is that a reference to the
yes.
movie? Okay, what happened? Because Hemsworth's in that, which I thought was even better because Hemsworth is the main
I don't
guy for that.
Does he survive? I'm trying to remember.
No,
he doesn't die in that one. It's the other guy.
Spoiler for Furiosa. It's a spoiler episode. So
well, Mad Max.
No.
Is it at the end of Mad Max that she?
No, so basically Furiosa starts. The end of Furiosa starts right before Fury Road's about to begin.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
The way Furiosa and Chris Hemsworth, basically, she gets him down on his knees and she's like, "I want you to beg for your life," and he's like, basically making his whole speech. It's a very good his great acting.
Yeah, he was in that.
And then so basically, it's alluded to like, oh, many stories have been told about what happens when Furiosa finally got him. Whatever, something the Reds. Some say she dragged him along or she shot him right then and there, but and then it cuts to showing that she may have basically kept him alive, tortured him, gutted him, and planted a seed. She's carrying a seed throughout the whole movie.
That's
she implanted in him in this little spring, and then over time she comes back and basically he's just stuck there. He's a living tree.
Kind of like in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then so basically at one point she's like, "This is the first fruit you bore," and then she holds a fruit, and then she basically leaves, and she's basically a living tree being tortured for all time until he dies.
Yeah, but I thought it was the other guy, the one with the mask. Didn't she fucking cut his head off at the end of Mad Max?
He gets the mask ripped off, and then he dies in a car crash.
Oh, okay.
Or explosion.
Yeah.
V8.
Yeah, I used to see the same thing when I used to realize that the vegetable juice I was drinking was
should have had a V8.
Yeah, it was fucking clamato. I was like, why is it so salty? So they get into the safe hold, and to see it be Ant-Man.
His hollowed out body, his carcass of a body,
which is such a
which
cool
he makes
thing.
the joke too.
Yeah, he goes, oh, Paul Rudd finally aged. Like, such a subtle thing. What I loved about it is he took 20-something years of shitting on people and just summed it up in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And everybody, I kind of feel like if each of us were in the Marvel universe as a main character, and then you have Ryan Reynolds coming in, and you're like, oh man, fuck, see what they're gonna do with this. It's almost an honor to hear that you made it into his film.
Right.
You know, even when they get to this stronghold for the other variants or the other characters.
Oh, that's right.
You see Wanda. You see the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Like, that was a subtle nod, you know, but what's it called? Spanish says, I didn't realize it was Pyro, the original Pyro from the early X-Men until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Sabretooth got replaced because he hurt Halle Berry during filming.
Oh, shit. I did not know that.
I don't know about that one, because I know they got Liev Schreiber for basically the rest of them.
All I know is that some guys would kill.
Well, because who was in the first one? Kevin Nash? No, that was Tyler Mane was the first one. And then who was the Sabretooth for?
I don't think Sabretooth came back. Or
That's
unless
right,
unless it's Liev Schreiber, because Liev Schreiber came up in X-Men Origins.
But in Origins, right.
And then he continued to be.
But they never used him again after that. No,
they think they got rid of Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was his name? The second one, Origins.
Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That dude was just a fucking menace.
Asshole.
Yeah,
yeah.
Perfect for Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Such an older brother energy.
Yeah,
you know, like very much.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm not touching you, except that he means his finger, not the claw.
Yeah.
That's pushing it in. Then you get to meet Xavier's sister.
Yeah, Cassandra. I kept calling her Casanova.
Yeah.
That's from fucking Mystery Men.
Yes. Fucking, it's my father. He's a bowling ball. She, speaking about fingers going in places, holy fuck.
Oh my god.
That shit was gnarly.
At one point when she was carrying Dude, like through his head.
Yeah, just walking
and
around
just
with them.
walking around with them. Oh my God! Like
What up, Barry?
the way he's just fucking fingering the eyeballs,
two in the
and, like,
nose.
yeah, and like, oh,
That was cool.
We see her go in, and then immediately they get they get
Oh, because she comes in the wheelchair first, and they think it's Charles.
Yeah.
It's Charles, and then they go in, and then she goes, "Oh, I was wondering when I get a Wolverine. Deadpool's are a dime a dozen." And then she goes, "Oh, and then you, I've been after you for 2 years." And then Deadpool starts. So I hope that she can lick my cinnamon ring.
Yeah, basically.
Like chocolate cinnamon ring or something like that. And da-da-da-da-da and whatever. It's like,
I didn't say that.
yeah, exactly. I've never used those words in my life, which is crazy because you see how irresponsible Johnny Storm was in the old movies, and then now him being like, fuck, dude. He gets his skin ripped off and then immediately just falls to pieces. And then he goes, and Wolverine is the voice of reason, where he's like, you stupid fuck, you got him killed.
right.
Because he's, for me, the way I saw it the first time, it was like, you fucking idiot, you're so annoying that you will get anyone killed for your sake.
Right.
To where in the second viewing, it's more of, you look at how annoyed he gets with him, but he's trying to understand. Because last time that he opened up, or did not open up in this case, everyone did get killed.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, cool. And what does he say? He goes, you got him killed. He goes, do you know what he was doing to the budget? Like, such a genuine.
It was, that movie is so aware of itself.
Yeah.
Like any chance they got to make a reference to Disney, to like, even when I think they even make reference to like the problems with the multiverse, you know, and like little things like that. Like,
well, what was it? The something coordinator.
The intimacy coordinator.
Yeah, he goes, and where's the intimacy coordinator? Looking around, just for the whole thing about them trying to kill her. She was a great villain, yes.
Yeah.
Spanish, tremendous. Seeing her in there was cool, but then how they get away with one of the Hulk legs. You see them, they take off after.
I thought it was like a sentinel leg. That's what I was tripped out.
yeah, it was a Sentinel.
One of those two.
Yeah.
All I know is that was it Paranath, or what is his name?
Paradox.
No. The big giant thing from Loki.
Oh, Alioth.
Alioth.
And he goes,
Elias.
we all hide from Elias from season 1
of Loki.
Yeah. Episode 5. Such a genuine thing where nobody pays attention to it.
Right.
He goes, does his thing. They go up. They find the diner. And in the diner, you go ahead and they start talking a little bit. He's trying to talk to Wade. Can't figure it out. They go on their walk. He asks what happens to him.
What's up with those staples in your head?
Yeah. And then they walk and he asks what happened to his universe's Wolverine.
Right.
You know, after he's already promised them all this stuff. And then they run into Dogpool.
Yeah.
The
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, the character of the hour. The one that everyone basically went crazy for because it's such an ugly ass
And matter
dog.
of fact, John was at Comic-Con this weekend and he got me that. One of the Dogpool official pins. It's like a super hard pin to find, and I got one, and I'm like, dude, that's pretty dope. Yeah, that dog was ugly, super ugly. Her real name, I guess, is Peggy. I think that's what her dog name is in real life. Ugliest thing ever. But damn, every time she's on stage is the cutest fucking thing. And at one point, I remember Ryan. There was a behind the scenes. They were talking about how Ryan was holding the dog, and he has to basically make out with the dog, and he can't react. So when the dog's like licking into his face and like basically French kissing him, he just has to take it. He's just like, and he just keeps his straight face. And he's like, yeah, that was probably one of the hardest scenes to film for me, honestly. Like, but like super dog slobber and breath and tongue all up in my mouth.
So we see that, and then he's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And then he meets
Nice Pool.
Yes.
Nice Pool.
Which credited in the actual credits for it is based off of his twin brother,
Really?
quote unquote.
Quote unquote. Yeah.
So he got interviewed by himself a while back, and I forget. Can one of you look it up? What his please. his twin brother's name, but it's just Ryan Reynolds,
Right.
So it's him interviewing himself, apparently the talk was that there was an extra bit of money in the budget for a.
His twin brother's name is Gordon.
Gordon, that's right.
Yeah, Gordon Reynolds. And so when you look at the cast, his wife is
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Blake Lively.
What was that face?
No, because I was just looking at the actual article.
Oh,
I can't read it
no
now.
names. What's up? Yeah. So apparently there was an extra $1 million in the budget for something for casting. So he was like, "Yeah, why not?" Spent the $35,000 into getting a FAG license, which is your Film Actors Guild. And because most people use pseudonyms and they don't use their real names, you can do whatever you want.
holy shit!
So he went in and did it. And he hired himself as Nice Pool.
That's
And,
awesome.
But yeah, so they meet Nice Pool and they go into it, and immediately, fucking just, oh my God, are those gold-plated Desert Eagles?
Yes.
Yes. He goes, you don't wear a mask. He goes, come on.
Look at this.
Oh man, probably one of the funniest things. Then they go to the getaway car
Right.
where they have to get out. He tries to run away with them.
I got a car.
Yeah. And then they drive after he tries to run away with Dogpool. Then they get to the part where he goes, yeah, if they can fix your world. And then Wolverine catches it and he goes, I made it a educated
That's
wish.
what it was
Educated
called.
wish.
Educated wish.
Yeah,
I kept trying to remember what he was saying all day today.
Yeah,
An
he-
educated
wish.
An educated wish. Then has one of my favorite parts, because it's how my father talked to me and how I can be, is when Wolverine just loses his shit on him and calling him a joke.
Right.
And I was like, I squeezed my own hand twice more. Oh man! And it's just like that furiousness, the ferocity of it. I think
Yeah.
that's what you see. Jackman did a really good job of doing that, because I don't see any, him and Reynolds. I don't see anyone but those characters.
Yeah.
Right. And he goes, "I'm going to fight you now," and he starts laughing, and then he fucking hits him. Then comes one of the best fucking scenes. Fight number 2. To fucking Grease, right?
Dude, that whole scene in the car, back and forth,
Yeah.
like getting kicked out of the vehicle, coming back into the vehicle,
I'm not done
going through the windows, coming back through windows. It was just, the choreography. I wonder how long it took for them to like sit there and figure out that fight from start to finish.
I hope and guarantee that they at least got some of the Korean people
Oh, I imagine.
that work on like the Raid, that work on those, because a lot of that choreography, somebody had pointed out, reminds them of Korean like kung fu movies, because a lot of stuff, Old Boy, all that stuff, when you see that or the Thai movies, they're very intimate in the sense of it's very close quarters. Even like Ip Man, where they're doing the Wing Chun, they move in
On
such a
Bak.
small Ong Bak.
On Bach, man, that was
They move
incredible.
in such a tight space. That camera work inside.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, I was just captivated by the fight. The second time, I was thinking about it from like a cameraman's point of view, and I'm like, okay, so if both of you are fighting, I will use the mic. I have to move with you.
Like on a gimbal too.
Yeah.
Gimbal, in, out, around, up, over, and then the B shots are from the outside or whatever, and they do such a fluid motion to where when they have that thing of what was it? It was a Honda
It was like,
Odyssey.
is this a Honda Odyssey?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
fucking swear to God, it's a Honda.
Yeah.
Sucks cock. Oh, Honda Odyssey. He goes, I was wrong. Honda Odyssey fucks. Too bad you don't. Too bad you don't, pencil dick.
I wonder how many of those Honda Odysseys went up in price, or people are trying to sell them now.
I thought
everybody
about that
comics.
too. About a
You know
kid
what I mean?
going home with their mom
Like, I'm
and
gonna
being like, "Fuck yeah, I'm
I'm
in
gonna
the
buy the
Deadpool."
fucking yeah.
Hey, Mom, this car fucks.
That was is.
I wish your father did. Let's see. I love Deadpool movie. Saw it Friday with my dad. He said it's the only time he's liked Hugh as Wolverine. Your dad actually likes something? There's a fucking first. Let's see. Is there a Spider-Man in his universe? Deadpool did web slinging hand moves in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Jet Li says also. Ricky Spanish. Fucking yeah. I thought that was such a great just thing in general. Because me too. I was like, God, are they gonna do it?
Because I caught that last minute. I was like, is he doing little whips?
Yeah.
But the fight all the way to the Grease song.
Yeah. Yeah. You're the one that I want.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, such a great because it's got a Texas shuffle, so it goes boom 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 boom. Ass kicking to that song. It reminds me of at least the choreography from the Kingsmen. Because the Kingsman has that where it's like the first person when they're firing, the music fits, everything's on point. There's a bit of action that has to go with that. So they fight, and then eventually they're knocked on the back. Deadpool's tied up.
Dude, the way he was fucking a mummy. He was mummified in that with all the seatbelts.
I was impressed by how many seatbelts.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dude, fucking Wolverine had enough of his shit.
So from there, they get driven away, and then they end up in a new place, and that's where he wakes up, and he's like, fucking,
Thor,
like, yeah. And then we see they drink the liquor, the whole thing. Then we see somebody come in.
The next cameos. The next sets of cameos.
Let's start one by one. First, Elektra comes in.
Yes.
And we see her.
Jennifer Gardner.
She's the only one I can't see I didn't like Elektra.
Right. I didn't
really care for
her. I didn't watch Daredevil.
But they brought her in, and I was like, okay, cool. So that means Ben's got to be in this.
All right.
But at first, I was like, did they fucking do it because of their past? Which a lot of people, like including Sansu, didn't know
that they were married. Yeah.
And then left her for J-Lo.
Yeah.
And
which he's currently with right now and about to leave J-Lo again, or that's the rumors. I don't know.
He saw Deadpool and he's all fuck. Because I thought, like, what a better way than to as a fuck you. And I'm a DC guy,
right?
To get a fuck you to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
To get not only Superman, but Batman, and be like, bam. And that's like being an Eskimo brother and being like, oh yeah, well she sucked my dick, and he's like, yeah, but she sucked mine first. How's my dick taste? No,
actually pretty good.
Oh man, well, why do you know that? But yeah, so when it came to that, I
just like that they made the reference to Daredevil.
No, we'll get to that. That gets to that. So we see her first reaction when you see Elektra.
I was like, dude, okay, here we go. Like, who's next? I'm, like, is it gonna be Affleck? Is it gonna be anybody else from the rest of the universe? You know what I mean? Because I knew about that one. I did know about that. Somebody spoiled that one for me.
Oh, really?
The week before. That was one of the cameos that was spoiled, and then the other one was. Well, we'll get to that one next.
Okay. So, how'd you feel about it?
Me?
Yeah.
When I saw Elektra pop up, man, I was over the moon.
Felt something electric in his pants.
8-year-old me, we're just right there, man. We knew.
Yeah.
We knew. I was like, I'm gonna get another Capital One card right now, man.
That's what I remember from Alias.
See, I saw it and I was like, okay, that means Daredevil has to at least.
Yeah, that's something. What I was thinking.
100%. And I was like, all right, cool. And I wish I could have relived that moment a little longer, because I'll be honest, not knowing who was coming out was the best thing, because it's like, here it is. And what was crazy to me about this, to sidetrack, there was a TikTok we saw last night, and it's this guy who showed it, and he goes, watching Deadpool 2 with his dad, and it's him in a video with his dad, and like, and the dad's fucking cheering it on, and it says 2018. I didn't realize it's been that long since the last one, which is like crazy to think, like, oh, dude, almost 7 years. Yeah. Like almost 7 years to get this done. And then he goes, oh, watching Deadpool Wolverine, and he goes, this is amazing, and it shows him with his dad's photo. The dad passed away. And I was like, same, bro. And I was like, yeah, my dad loved Deadpool too. But like, I can honestly say, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, it has been that long.
Yeah.
And reliving that moment, I know my dad would have been like, who do you think it's going to be? Yeah. You know, because it really is that moment where everybody, the guy sitting next to us specifically, two giant black dudes, and immediately we're like, oh, fuck, that's Elektra, bro, that's this. Seeing the excitement in everyone's reaction, or even hearing it, that's what's there. And then comes out the pan up and the music, boom, doom, 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 and it comes out and fucking Blade.
Blade walks over.
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
That to me was chef's kiss.
I think
dude.
I saw you move at that point. You were like,
yeah. That's when I did this.
You
I was
kinda
all,
did that.
I was all,
it was a double.
exactly.
So doom 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 doom.
I'm over here.
Wait.
The ice hill will be climbed today.
Oh man, I saw that and I was over the goddamn. Yes, they fucking. Like, I'm about to make a name for myself here. So fucking No Name says, yeah, Barry. You know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. I told Barry had messaged me about something, or just I had given it a score. He goes, oh, I gotta go see it, and I go, dude. The second you see it, I fucking know, because when we went to go watch TMNT with you,
right?
Him and I kept joking about it, and Barry and I love watching movies with him because we look at it from like a designer's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
We look at it from an artist's point of view. So you're looking at like how you would draw it, how you would storyboard it,
The colors,
everything.
Yeah.
And so we were going in there, and I remember you guys were talking about something, and immediately he goes, "What was it? It was Ice Cube." When he does something, he goes, ugh, and he just makes this noise, and Barry and I make this look at each other, like side eye really quick, like, oh, that's what it is. And then the other one, when he goes, help, he's Molly Whopping.
Molly Whopping.
Oh, dude, we fucking lost it. But I told him, I was like, I want you to text me the second you get out, and you know exactly who the fuck I'm going to talk about, dude. Who is it? And they go, nah, you can't. Because I genuinely, outside of Johnny Storm, I had no fucking idea they'd bring him in.
Yeah.
And to see him in the suit, I was like, dude, that was...
And it was great because there's long rumors about how him and Reynolds had issue on the last Blade Trinity. Was that the one it was in? Yeah, and about like they had bad blood against you. He was always calling him a cracker and shit like that. So,
but apparently that was fabricated allegedly.
Yeah,
but I don't know if Reynolds was like, yo, check out this bag I got. I'm more successful than you right now. You went to jail for tax.
Yeah,
you have a little bit of a reboot coming on with your career though. But I'm gonna get you more money.
I did love how Blade said that he's the only one.
No, well, so let's get back to that when they're talking really quick. They're talking back and forth, and then they have their moment of where the third person comes out, and then out of nowhere you see the card flying.
Yeah,
and I was like, please, God.
I was like, it's Bullseye. Holy shit, Bullseye! Colin Farrell, let's go.
The best part about it is because you went to the drive-in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're screaming in your own car, and fucking he's all, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. This would never happen at Justice League. Oh, God damn it. Why couldn't I marry a guy who wasn't fucking, I don't know, gay? Oh, Jesus Christ.
She hasn't come home yet.
Fucking, she has her electro things, her scythes. Oh my God. And then seeing him come out, and okay, so we get our introduction. Seeing him as Gambit was
Channing Tatum as Gambit
was goofy as fuck. I saw it and I was like, this wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked in the way that they thought it would have been. To be serious, it'd have to be very campy and cartoony. But I'm here for it. Yeah, I absolutely am here for it. Then they go, okay, well, who are you? And I love that they ask him first. I'm sorry, I haven't seen Deliverance in a while. Could you come at me again? Oh my God. And he goes, I am the Gambit. People call me the Gambit. And he goes, are you hoping people call you that, or is that actually what they call you?
And you're drinking all of my liquor.
Yeah, exactly. It fucking does it. Oh my God. And then the introductions, who's who, what's what, and he goes, yeah, there was more of us. There was we had good people. I said, oh, please tell me it's Magneto. Oh, please, he's died.
He died.
He died. Fuck.
He died first.
Yeah, going back and forth, we've lost a lot of good people, including who else was it?
It was Magneto, and then I want to say Charles probably,
Charles.
and then it's just right up to Daredevil.
Daredevil goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, such a jab right at
You could
Flex.
tell how many people did not get that they were married
right
in real life. And I really wish they would have brought Ben out because I was like, that would have been it. And then I remembered, oh fuck, they're married. That was.
But he was on set at the time when she was filming her scenes. He was there. He didn't have scenes that he was filming. It was just there for.
He wanted Jenny from the block, though.
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying for Deadpool?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. What we talked about earlier, before anyone, if anyone has not seen it, I genuinely believe that they're saving all that shit for DVD.
Yeah, I could see them
because
doing that.
they got it. They like Damon said, Matt Damon. You know, movies could take risks because you could make residuals on
physical copies later.
Physical copies and merchandising. So it's like, I mean, for them, dude, there's so much shit that's going to come out Deadpool that there's no way you're not going to buy it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're promised X, Y, and Z with these people. You know, so they see them, they go back and forth. That was funny. But when he makes the comment of, he goes, so who the fuck are you? And he says something, he goes, I don't, he goes, I thought you were retired. The way he says it, he goes, retarded. And he goes, I don't like you. He goes, you never did. I genuinely fucking found that so funny because Blade 3 was ridiculed for being too much of a comedy.
Yeah.
And that Guillermo del Toro directing the second one made such a huge impact, which to me, Blade 1, perfection. Blade 2, though, is the one I really like. I can watch that shit over.
That was the first one I watched.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't know there was a Blade 1 until I was way older.
And Morbius was supposed to be at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just Donnie Yen is fucking the only Asian guy per usual, and he goes fucking Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And his best friend Chupa. And he just goes, I love the fact that he just called, because Guillermo del Toro talks about how he gave him that nickname.
What did he?
Uh-huh.
I said, does he?
Yeah, so Chupa. And so in the movie, he just keeps calling him, hey, Chupa! And she's fucking, so get it past the guys that were at the head of the movie house, and they were like, yeah, that's good. What is it? It's an ancient language. Dead language. But, yeah, I mean, they ridiculed it because they said Ryan Reynolds at that time outside of, what is he called? Fucking Nice Bull? He calls him Van Milder.
Van Milder,
yeah.
that was good.
Yeah. when he talks about that stuff, that he was just an unknown actor that nobody really cared about. So the fact that he was like, he was blamed for his humor in Blade 3 for killing it. That made it all the better, where he just goes, I don't like you. You never did. You know, just such a sad thing, dude. Back to Gambit.
Yeah.
He's like, real quick, hold on. Who's your vocal coach, or who's your
dialect
coach?
Was your vocal instructor the Minions?
Yeah.
Man.
I never even got a chance to fight for my timeline, my universe. And he goes, I feel like we're gonna do it. Legacy. Some of us get a chance to finish up what we started, or to do something that we never got a chance to do. Like how insecure he is. I feel like I've been born here my whole life. You guys ready? How does he say it? I'm sure as coming from my daddy's nutsack into my mom.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
But I came from my dad's nutsack into my mom and out into the world. Really.
That was too explicit.
But I love how No Name Collects in chat goes, ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. It's fucking stupid.
What is your powers? I shuffle the cards.
So you do close-up magic. We're saved. Oh, man. Them doing their thing, then you find out what happens with Logan and Laura. I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah.
Typical line, they always got to put it in there. The whole, I'm not the
guy.
I'm not the right guy or something like that.
Yeah.
You never were.
Oh, then we forgot to mention that Laura X-23 comes out.
You know, but she was implied because you guys mentioned it earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
true.
I wasn't as impressed with her, not because of she did a bad job. She's a phenomenal actress. I love her as X-23.
They didn't do as much.
They didn't do as much with her. I felt like you could have fit 2 or 3 more people in.
Because even Steven was saying the same thing too. It was like, I wish she would have got like a costume or something like that. All she got was the glasses. But
yeah, that's true.
I enjoyed it. They mount up. They go the next morning in the Honda Odyssey, fucking full ready to go. And he goes, all right, we're gonna have to go in here and do this thing. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna try to translate as I can. You know, just pan up to Blade. The camera just goes back to Blade, and the best line. He's like, there's only ever gonna be one Blade, and it goes to Deadpool's.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it really does seem like that's gonna only be the Blade, but
I can't ever remember how to say his name.
Mahershala Ali.
Him. They did an interview asking how it went between him and Ryan Snipes. And he said, like, yeah, man. He goes, like, we talk, you know, it was a joke and this and that. I don't really know if it's a joke. Personally, I think maybe there was some stuff because that was his franchise.
yeah.
And then they got blamed when they brought on the new crew.
Mm-hmm.
But Ryan was the one that made it more comedy. And let's be honest, I loved Blade 3. Anything Blade, I'm down with. But I thought it was funny because I was also young when I watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah. So that being said, I don't know. But I mean, like, hey, dude, fucking the kind of money they had to have paid him for this.
Yeah.
Got him out of that tax troubles, I'm sure.
And not only that, but I guarantee you a chance 20 years later to come back on a Marvel movie set and everyone in that theater, Barry, half of the homies, Edward, fucking, there was so many people that DM'd me and back and forth that were like, oh, dude, I fucking saw it. It's him.
Well,
He's
didn't
back.
they say that right before Marvel went bankrupt, it was really the Blade movies that saved them at that point? Like when those movies came out, like Marvel movies wouldn't be what they are today if it wouldn't have been for Blade.
Yeah.
So
When Blade was successful. It was number one.
Yeah. The whole line of when there's a vampire in front of you that's fucking hissing at you, and then cops see him and a black dude in a trench coat and they shoot at the black guy and he's like, motherfuckers, you crazy? You know what I mean?
Come
like,
on.
yeah, not even in Blade's world the black man can get a break. Shit.
Jesus.
But you get them to go and they start fighting and they have this moment of where they just need to get them to.
Oh, they also mentioned the Punisher too, because when he
Oh,
gets the rocket launcher, he's like,
Yes.
"Oh, what's that? It's an AT-4. I got it from the Punisher. Oh, which one?"
Yeah,
Dolph
there's been like
Lundgren?
5 of them. Then they get in, they do the fight, and they make that whole point of where we'll get you inside. It's the most unnecessary thing. I was thinking about this at the theater, and I was like, you're going literally. When she comes down from the chair, Charles's chair down there, she goes, "Oh, handy capable. That's not going to go over well with the
Yeah.
with the PC Warriors." She walks to them in less than like 4 lines of dialect.
Mm-hmm.
The entire thing isn't that big.
Yeah.
So the fact that they stretched out a fight for 20 yards it was like such a great thing. But seeing Gambit at his potential,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
fucking phenomenal, dude. Tatum,
Especially fresh off of '97 too, where we see him and after everything that happened with Gambit.
Man.
yeah, I felt they did a great job with him. Blade, just going for it.
Yeah.
Elektra, she's cool. You know, it's like
She does things.
Yeah, she's like a Ninja Turtle, except less umphy for
turtley.
me. Yeah, but I mean, still giving her a chance. I mean, who would have fucking thunk?
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna make an homage to that portion, you might as well have done that. Then they had the villains from the other ones.
Juggernaut.
Yeah. Juggernaut.
The guy in the striped shirt, that was supposed to be the dude from Punisher. No?
Punisher. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one with Thomas Jane.
Yes,
That's the guy he fights. What is that? I'm trying to remember.
They're coming out with the figure with them too, but I can't remember the name. But he's a big Russian guy. But either way, the big Russian guy that beats the shit out
No,
of
he's
Frank.
actually a wrestler. That's is it not the Big Show?
No. I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's one of those guys. I know it is because I remember going like, "Holy shit!" It's not Kevin Nash. No, because Kevin Nash was Ninja Turtle.
But
Or
let's
Super Shredder.
let's come back to that in a minute.
but they all start fighting. You have a good time. Everyone starts getting killed, and it's like genuine, like death.
Yeah.
Seeing him hand out the cards, and bop, 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 boom. Laura going for it, and then the ultimate thing over like, why didn't anyone think about this with Juggernaut? But she goes for the Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like such a great. His momentum is what makes him unstoppable. So just take out the momentum.
And she did, dude.
Oh, she fucking did him hard.
Ugh.
It's Kevin Nash.
Yeah, it is Kevin Nash. Okay. Yeah.
then they go up. They go up. They have their moment. Yada yada yada. The TVA. Then fast forward through the fight, they get all the way to the Deadpool Corp.
Yes.
Then we see a little bit of everybody.
Oh my God! For fucking Dogpool shows back up.
Oh
first.
yeah. I'm sorry, Dogpool
And then
first.
Nice Pool shows.
Nothing will ever tear us apart again. Hey, over there! And he's all fuck! God damn it! Oh. And then immediately the Deadpool Corp shows up. Everything happens. They meet.
Of all the Deadpools that showed up, which one were you surprised that they showed a version of?
X-Force.
Really?
The X-Force costume of Deadpool.
Yeah, because he's already They use it as Ash in one of the movies, but yeah, technically, yeah.
Because it's the black and gray variant of Deadpool, which is basically near the end of the fight though. But that's one of the ones I really enjoyed.
Yeah, the Cowboy Pool was a surprise.
Do you know who voices him?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
No. Even better. All right.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, that
yeah.
was fucking. I was like, no way, dude. So, what's her name? Lady Deadpool was obviously Blake Lively. Kid Pool was Ryan's oldest daughter. Baby Pool, I guess, is one of his kids.
Like Inez or something like that.
Something like that. And then the guy, I thought it was the guy from Mexico, but it's actually it's Irish, or I think it's the guys from Wrexham.
I think so.
It's one of the guys. He's in the suit, but he's the one that has the red and white and the griffin that's on the chest piece.
I want to say Tom Holland's.
Oh yeah,
brother?
Tom Holland's brother was one of
the variants.
One of the variants of the Deadpool corpse. And Ryan just found out. Well, I guess when he was on the red carpet, somebody told him. He's like, "How come you guys are just telling me this now? Like that would have been cool. We could have wrote that in a scene or something. Like, we couldn't get the real Holland, but we got his brother here. You know what I mean? Like,
great value.
Fucking yeah, great value Holland.
So all the Deadpool Corp comes out, and then we see them. And he goes like, oh, they're
head pool.
They're all dumb as doorknobs, but they're very deadly. And then Nice Pool goes in, they do the thing, and they get shot to fucking high hell. And it's the ultimate like, oh no, let's go. And he goes, yeah, he'll be fine. How long does your healing factor take? Healing factor?
Oh,
and then he looks at him and just
his head.
I think I'm hit. And he goes,
"You gotta get through this."
Yeah, he's like, "We'll do this." He goes, "You really are God's." What did he say? You really are God's perfect idiot. Yeah. That's how Susan squeezed me. She goes, "That's what it's like being at work all day, huh?" She's like, "You really are God's perfect idiot, huh?" And just to see fucking like, we're gonna make it, and how he drags his body.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah. Come on. He's like, why did we stop? He's like, you're really being dead weight here. And he goes, my legs are paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed. The bullet severed my spine.
Come on, you'll say you'll make it through this. He goes over to the other side, and then how Wolverine just immediately lifts up Dogpool. And everyone's, oh, stop. So, look at the cute puppy. It's just his cadence of just annoyance with all of them.
And Wolverine's pissed off. He Wade killed fucking Nice Pool. Like, you did that on purpose. No, that's preposterous.
Yeah, I can taste his final thoughts. So stupid. He goes, well, we got to defeat them. And then they do the whole thing of what is it? He's like, to Dogpool, you don't want to see this. And he goes, I get to kill 100 of you. He's all right, let's go. And then fight number 3 happens. And boy, howdy, is it fucking a good fight.
Yeah, because they go through the bus, which kind of reminded me of Shang-Chi. I wish we would have gone a little bit more inside and seen stuff like that. But no, dude, every cameo, every version of Deadpool that showed up. Headpool, that was actually Nathan Fillion. Was that the guy? Yeah, he was the voice of Headpool.
Yeah, he was the voice of Deadpool as well, too.
Who else was it? There was another.
That's all I could think of.
Yeah. Oh, the samurai. After he gets his arms cut off, and when they come back together.
Oh yeah, their little baby arms.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And Peter Pool comes in.
Peter Pool, yes.
And it was all Peter.
With the gross bulge. Ugh.
Yeah. And it's not like it's not even like a real single bulge. It's like 2-3 different things. What he says in the beginning, he's like, yeah, my friend was having a midlife crisis. He got this thing where he got both of his nipples pierced and went straight to his Don Johnson.
Yeah, and then you see the cutout.
And then at the fucking
Party.
At the party, and he pulls out, oh, what happened? That's the mystery. Just, oh my god. But
You get that here at Sacred 8.
If you look at that thing, Mendo pierced that for you. The when you're watching it, when you see all the Deadpools that are there, there's one of them. While Peter's like, yeah, it's all good, and they're all like rushing him, Peter. Look at the scene right before they leave. There's a Deadpool, and he's yelling up like yeah, and he shoves his hand and does that inside Peter's mouth, and he's all, and he's trying not to break character. And that Deadpool just kind of goes back underneath and like kind of dances. And they said that's Ryan. Like, it's just one of the scenes he went up and he's all, because he can't tell who's who.
Right? Oh god,
that's fucking
it's
rad.
so gross.
Then we see obviously the conclusion where we get to them trying to figure out how to stop the device.
Right.
And the noble sacrifice, which to me, I love the way that they did it, where they flip the script, they go for it, and you don't think about it until that very end part where it's like,
well, and also a little nod to Star Trek too.
Yeah,
when he's like,
when he's
I'm
like,
Spock.
am I Marvel Jesus or Spock? Who knows? And then he goes back and does the flying thing. Oh, dude, I fucking thought that was fucking hilarious. Then the antimatter and the matter, the separation was cool. The overhead shot when they are holding hands. The rails are in an X motion, and the lights underneath are Deadpool's insignia.
Yeah.
But the best part about it, as this entire thing is happening, the fucking explosion of his shirt and fucking just the subtle,
Sir,
the little lean back in his ass. Oh my god, dude! There was an older lady last night that was behind us, and you could hear her dying of laughter, and I was like, "That scene was to get changed."
I was like, shield your eyes, woman. Shield it. Mine too.
Yeah, I'm looking at Susan. I'm all, is that what gets you off? That beautiful man?
No, honey.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're in my way. Get out of the way. You're in my light. You're in my light.
Yeah. She's like, get your hand out of the popcorn, fat boy. And then, you get to the end, obviously the end of the movie.
Yep.
We see what happens. The friendship prevails. This is just the beginning, possibly. Yada, yada, yada. I did love the line between I forget her name from the TVA.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about, the director.
Mm-hmm.
How
like
she...
B12 or something like that? Or
something like that, where he goes, oh, well, maybe we can change what happens to him. Change the past. Well, that's what made you who you are today.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's such a great line that I feel that gets delivered so well. Because that's true.
Yeah.
Like for the person that works for today and makes something happen, like that's the solution.
Yeah.
End credits, the Green Day song for.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a fucking classy
time of
act.
your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a classy act to just look at the years, because they're genuinely saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Like that universe is
It's
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Done.
Now that it is gone, you get the last portion where he looks at the camera and he goes, I'm sick and tired of the allegations. And he goes, I don't give a two-bit fuck. She can lick my chocolate cinnamon ring. I don't care if she takes all the skin off my body until my bones fall down and all the meat goes everywhere. And he goes, oh, do tell. Oh, you sassy girl,
He's just egging it on, dude. Egging it on.
He's like, there you go. All in all, I gave it I gave my initial one a 10 out of 10. Rewatchability, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. Not because anything's wrong with the movie, but because I do think they could have utilized certain things more. But, I mean, I'll be honest, it did not feel like a Marvel movie. It felt like a Fox movie leaving.
Right, yeah.
The pacing, the resolution, the hot, cold. It does feel still like a Fox movie that's just saying goodbye. The Marvel was just the characters that were there and the stuff that was coming in. Because the Marvel does feel warm. The characters feel more alive. The Fox feels more like everything, what's gonna happen.
Right.
It's almost like it's like stale bread versus fresh bread.
Yeah.
And it's very cool.
Stale
But I still think 9.5 for me.
Yeah.
9.5 for that movie.
We'll save your. Do you want to go first?
No.
Okay, so we'll save your review for last because I have an idea what you're doing. But as a fan, I'll give it a 10, but I'll give it an 8 because even someone pointed out that when Wade and Logan are having the first fight, when it has like their blade basically coming from behind the back, it's not polished CGI. So basically, it's clipping through his back. So instead of like actually like flying through, it's flying through him CGI basically. So there's still little bits here and there, and story wise could be better, and like utilization of Daphne and Keen and other characters, XYZ. Certain small movie stuff, but it's still overall an 8 movie. I'm not gonna give it a 10 as a movie goer because even Godzilla vs Kong, I enjoyed it, but it's still about an 8 out of 10. And then we'll take it over to you,
All
sir.
right. I said 11 out of 10 for my first viewing. Just it definitely. I'm glad I didn't pay attention to spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I avoided all of that shit. Like, genuinely, every reaction that I got, it felt so much better. And I think I even said this before the movie came out, that I didn't think this movie was going to save Marvel, but I knew they were going to put on a good show. And sure as hell, he did, dude. Like, everything that I saw on that screen, I was not disappointed with. Other than I just wish there would have more time. It's only a 2 hours and 8 minutes is the official runtime. But does that include the trailers and everything else that you were watching before that? Who knows? But for me, I can't wait to go see it again. I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes out because for me, I already have the other ones. I need to have this one. But physical media is a big thing for me. And as far as every cameo, dude, it surprised me. And it was worth it. I think, what was the one? The part, my favorite part. This is the thing I was going to ask you guys about. What your favorite part? But my favorite part in all the movie, I think, was when, besides the Cavill, was when Wolverine pulls his mask down.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck, dude. This looks right. It doesn't look dumb. Like, even the fins on the side, everything looked proportionate. Like, and it was fucking rad. And I'm like, this is finally getting to see Wolverine in his suit, in the yellow suit, with the fucking mask, dude. And they did the eyes the right way. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like he wasn't walking around like fucking Batman when he's looking around. Like, no, dude, he could fucking turn. Like, it was.
And he also made that comment too. He's like, "Oh, you're like Batman, but you could turn your neck."
Yeah. And so, like, that was like, to see a screen accurate, to see Hugh Jackman back on the screen, and him and Wade's interactions were all phenomenal. Like, every time they're on screen, it's just like, fuck, dude, what are they going to do next? But even better, I think you talked about this early on about the legacy that Logan didn't get fucking fucked with because of the way that they opened up and how they dealt with, bringing his body out and using it in that scene. It was phenomenal. But when you watch this movie for Logan, or for Wolverine, I should say, I felt like he kind of stole the movie away. He kind of gave us another old man Logan, but it was Wolverine now. So we got old man Logan interpretation of like what happened with him going through all the journeys that he has. This one was different because this one is the one Wolverine where he doesn't feel good about himself. It played very well into his own internal like battle that he's going through, and then to get to see his daughter again, which he doesn't know that's his daughter because it's not the same Logan that we had, but for his daughter that met a version of him that told him, you weren't the right one in my world, and now he stepped up. And so again, it's like, here we go, dude. We got another phenomenal performance out of Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine, and it not only was it an action-packed movie that had a lot of meat and potatoes in it, but it gave us the fucking heart. It gave us something that was fucking, phenomenally well acted and brought to screen. So,
also the movie came out on the 26th, which also the Wolverine came out on the 26th, almost 11 years ago.
Damn.
And also at the end of that movie was a big cameo.
Oh, that's right.
The suit. But everyone at the time thought that was fucking stupid and how could it work? But look at us now.
Yeah.
We're eating our fucking words now, man.
Yeah.
Get a load of that, America.
Yeah.
Saigon's all, what about us?
What about us?
The idea of people complaining that, like, well, Logan's death doesn't matter. It does, because that's not Logan.
Yeah.
That's Wolverine.
It's still a Logan, but it's not the Logan.
Not the Logan. And again, I feel like that really is the antithesis of what was built up after all those years, because everything that you've loved about from the original X-Men movies, it's dead.
Yeah.
And that universe didn't pan out, because that was the epitome of it.
Well, Dark Phoenix was the last one they did, right?
And plus, they got wiped out
and
at the
then
Future's
New
Past.
Mutants.
Yeah.
Well, because Days of Future Past was before that, and then they had the Dark Phoenix was the very last movie, and I think even Hugh Jackman did the cameo in that one as Weapon X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all I can say is that was one thing. But then Comic-Con came up, and then we heard about some new movies, trailers, and one specific character that was coming out. Who was that character, Chris? Who was the character that they teased? Not the actor.
Red Hulk.
Red Hulk? Yeah, that's right. Doom.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Doom.
are you talking about the other one?
Doom.
Oh, okay. Because as far as I'm concerned about, there's a black guy that matters. There's myself. I matter, kind of, hopefully.
Yeah.
Then there's this one that the Russo brothers brought out.
Yeah.
And I remember we were having Magic Card Night last week and Gundam Club. And I equate it to South Park. Whenever they're always like, all right, boys, there's no more jobs for you guys. And everyone in the back saw, oh. Like, it's always the same fucking thing. It was kind of that experience because Rivers was the first one to send it to me. And then as he sent it to me, he goes, RDJ as Doom. And I was like, who the fuck's RDJ? I know who RDJ is, but I was like, maybe there's another person I don't know.
Right.
And then in my head, I'm running through everybody but RDJ. And I'm like, who the fuck has a name with RDJ? Can't be Robert Downey Jr. They're not that fucking stupid. And then all of a sudden, bing, 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 bing.
Yep.
Just so many people fucking hitting me up. Bro, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
I was first.
Yeah, you actually were. 66, 65 different fucking DMs and texts of, bro, what do you think? And then immediately over the past few days, everyone's been sending me their new announcer for the new Black Panther, which is Curtis. What's his name? From
I actually haven't heard anything about that.
No. Fucking, it's I can't remember what they call it. Lazarus.
Yeah, Kurt Lazarus.
Kurt Lazarus from fucking.
Oh yeah. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
No, I did see a meme that has Robert Downey Jr. in every version of like Winter Soldier.
Somebody put it
like
as Forever Young.
Avengers Forever Young. Like
What a fucking stupid idea. The one person that was like, I'm all for it was Pep, and I was like, Pep, you get out.
Pep. All I know is when I heard the news.
Wait, what we should do to Pep? We should go around local stores and fuck up with the Coke displays and everything.
I was genuinely disappointed. It ruined like my day. I was on a good feeling, like, I was still on the high from fucking watching Deadpool, and then I see this announcement. I'm like, fuck.
Because that's like
and my mom's like, I go, fuck. My mom's like, what? She thought something was like I hurt myself, and she's like, what's the matter? You hurt? And I'm like, no. I mean, RDJ. Yeah. And she's like, what do you mean?
They've ruined Doom. Well, I gotta go see if he's okay. I'm like, hey, Chris's mom. I never fucking remember your mom's name.
Virginia.
Yeah, I never remember her name. I'm like, hi, Chris's mom. It's Virginia. Thank you, Chris's mom. But yeah, dude, it's stupid. It's fucking
I saw another
stupid.
meme too that was talking about how like it's a conversation between Feige and his assistant, and it's all Feige's having a moment where he can't remember the name of Cillian Murphy, so he tells his assistant,
Give me the guy
from Oppenheimer, and the assistant's like, I'm on it, and then it's fucking RDJ. God.
Oh man.
Okay.
No, so it ruined your day.
It ruined my day, dude. And like recently, I think I mentioned it maybe a couple pods back about how I found that story about Doom and Tony Stark being switched bodies and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, if that's the direction they're trying to go, but they never said that he was a variant. One of the things that was kind of cool about his announcement, but not really cool, and I'm just going to point this out. When he made the announcement, when he did the face reveal, like he showed who Doom was, I kind of felt that was like, why would you do that? First and foremost, don't show the face of Doom before the movie's even out. Like, that just didn't feel right. But when he did, if you watch him, the way he does his arms, I have to put the microphone down. He kind of does this. He does that the Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
Look at the middle of his jacket and his shirt. It was really cool because it was like the clothing was like this, and then he does the arms up, and it opened up, and it had the triangle of the Iron Man. So I was like, that's kind of cool. But that is not who I wanted to see as fucking Doom. Doom is a European descent, and like, I honestly, I was spoiled with fucking
Like
Russian
Russian
comic book guy, dude.
geek.
After watching that fucking Doom movie and the way that he narrated that, the way that he voice acted that and spoke of that, that's the version I want to see for this MCU. We need to see that villain. Now he made what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. made this quote about different mask, same task. And so people are equating that to what he meant in Avengers, in the second one, Ultron, where he was trying to build a shield of armor around. So is this that version of Tony that we're getting? Is it a variant? Because again, that's what we all are hoping for. I think a lot of us are hoping that just a variant. But Russo's did say MCU's Victor Von Doom.
Yeah,
and I was like,
and that's where where it sealed the fate for me. They did not say multiverse. They did not say variant. They said Victor Von Doom. I know there's all the other stories. I've read the other ones from all the Ultimate stuff and everything, and everyone's getting so upset, like, oh, you've never read a comic in your life. Da, 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 and
you're right.
But the reality is Cillian Murphy would have been a great Doom.
Dude,
I feel like I still wish Cavill would have taken it, because I feel like with his Warhammer experience, you would get that general-esque kind of like royalty of like everyone's expendable, except me.
The God Emperor.
I really feel like you could have gotten that. But before I even go into it, like, as you feel about fucking Deadpool, I feel about Doom. How did you react? Because you immediately like
I was confused because I was just chilling there. Because I checked the time, it was like almost 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, we're still waiting for the movie. But he tells me, like, Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it just got announced. Like, no fucking way. And then I look, I was like, send Millie to X. And then so I was just confused because I'm like, why? But I get it though, what they're trying to do, because they want to bring back the casuals. Because if you look at a lot of the reactions, people are hyped, and a lot of the casual fans and non-comic book fans are hyped for Robert Downey Jr. coming back, especially with the Russos, because we're looking at the current track record of Marvel. It's not doing so good, and what do they got to do? Bring people back.
Yeah.
And then so what's easy way to do it? Robert Downey Jr. fresh off of Oppenheimer, he's just got his big shiny awards. And so
he wanted the other guy.
Yeah.
Feige wanted the other guy.
But he also calls the Marvel this cinematic universe 616. So
I just feel like when they brought it out, it's 100% to bring people back because they're losing so many numbers. Yeah. Deadpool brought such a huge amount into it. And my thing was, when they mentioned the Punisher, and they have plans for a Punisher movie or anything in Marvel, you can no longer go back.
Yeah.
Once you have opened that door, you can't go back on the veracity that Deadpool and Wolverine brought to the MCU.
Yeah. Oh, especially after the Netflix show with Punisher, like how...
Well, you could even say that shit wasn't in the same universe, so they kind of put it in, and then they just nipped it in the bud. My problem is that you now factually have with the TVA that is what is possible.
Mm-hmm.
How in the fuck are you going to give a kid sugar for the first time and be like, no, just salt? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't work. The kid's like, well, what about that? Well, forget about it. No. Well, what about that? That's not bitter. That's a little bit of everything. I want that. If you have a Punisher, you need to go that hard. You've now introduced language like you've never fucking heard before in a Disney movie. Disney puts their name on everything. They fucking avoided this shit like the plague. But at Comic-Con, they absolutely made it known that Disney's Marvel is ready to go.
Yeah.
Will they show that veracity with Victor Von Doom, a.k.a. RDJ? He can be an asshole, and somebody said online, well, you need a prick to play him. No, you need a genius who's
vain.
Thank you. You don't need an asshole. You need someone who is absolutely assured of himself. He's vain to the point of he knows that the only way, like he in the Russian comic book geek one that he acts out. If anyone has not been to that YouTube channel, it's Russian comic book.
Cannot
geek.
recommend it enough, dude.
The Doom book that he acts out with his troop is fucking amazing. But when they have the line of like, if science does not add up to my wishes, then science is wrong, and I must change the universe. And it's like, the fucking
dude.
balls, dude, to be like, what? Left is left. Not today, is it? And if you just do it in a mirror, now it's right. Ah.
Okay, so says Doom.
So say Doom, which is ironic because I have been a Doom fan my entire life.
Yeah.
And so much so that it's in my fucking name. Like, that is my nickname and has been for a long time outside of the X one. But I mean, like, I've loved a lot of stuff about Doom in the sense of I like the stories of how he has to, like, the dude only cares about Latveria. He only travels outside of it when he has to. So, excuse me, the idea of RDJ being their savior to bring stuff in, I thought about the movie where it says, look at how democracy dies with a thunderous applause.
Yeah.
When you saw RDJ come out of the mask, everybody in that fucking Hall H just explodes with like, oh my God.
But was it more exploding because it was the star factor that it's RDJ at Comic-Con, or was it really the shock of him being Doom?
I think it's all of it, dude. Because you see that, you don't know, it's just shock and awe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because we don't know how to process that, or we do, but we're just
we
confused.
did. Apparently. We were like,
we're
what
confused
the
though.
fuck?
But
yeah, and like Pablo, thank you. Ricky Spanish says it himself. He goes, Access thinks, I think it's a facade. I think they'd be capping it'd be someone else for main Doom.
Yeah.
But they did say he is Victor.
Yeah.
But I still think Disney's lying because there's a lot of people who say they're not coming back or this is going to be different because the most famous one recently in terms of video games is with Tekken because they recently killed off Big Bad Heihachi Mishima. The director said, no, he's dead. Stop fucking asking about it. He's not coming back only because the voice actor died too. And they were trying to do a
what an asshole. Yeah.
But they brought back Heihachi recently and everybody's like, you lied. He's like, hey, I don't know, man.
What's his face? Ricky Spanish says Iron Man 2 and 3 are not even in my top 20 Marvel movies. RDJ needs a great cast. Doom needs to hold his own. Doom walks into the room. He deserves not your attention, but you need to bend the knee.
Yeah,
and fucking that's a great way to say it. Yep. He doesn't need your attention, but you will.
You will bend. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, that's like I don't see that in RDJ.
Because I could kind of see it with his recent performance in Oppenheimer, because he was pretty vain there, but he was just spiteful and he was just pissed off.
But I'm talking about MCU RDJ.
Exactly.
I feel the only way they're gonna do this is that they're gonna find people that see him and are like, it's you.
Well, he did do a screen test or he auditioned for
Doom before,
and I can't remember which version was it. It wasn't I think it was the first one that they did with Jessica Alba and everybody.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah. So I mean,
in his crackhead days.
Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna do well, man. And the main reason why is because as a Doom guy, I truly believe you need somebody who is not just. You need someone who's big. You need someone who is menacing. You need someone who commands. Like, what's his face? He just did. Was it the? Oh my God! The fucking fine dining movie, The Menu.
Bradley Stewart? No,
he also did Red Dragon.
Oh,
Robert
Fiennes?
No. Yeah. Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes. Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
He is a phenomenal dude. Even what's his face?
Well, the guy from Death Stranding, the Swedish guy. That's
Mikkelsen.
Mads
Mikkelsen. Yeah,
him. Another person where you need somebody of that stature, that presence. When they look at you, they're more curious of why you're speaking to them than why you're telling them what they are needing to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like when you have that presence, you have to either go with a no-name actor, because then you have no expectation, right? But Doom is somebody where if you're going to go into Secret Wars and then you have Deadpool and you have all this, RDJ, man, I feel like the only way I would have introduced him personally is if they had done a multiverse like they did, and then you saw him as him. That would have been a completely like, oh, that's fucking cool. What if?
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, that was such a fucking low point. And everyone's talking about 2026 being the year movies are back. Agatha and fucking Shrek 5 and everything. I'm like, you know what? I look at that lineup and I'm all...
It's not very...
It's not very good. None of it. I don't want to see any of it.
Yeah.
You know? It just doesn't seem...
Well, because at the end of the year, we get Agatha All Along.
Yep.
And then February, we get the
took a screenshot
the new
of all the
Captain America Brave New World. And then what comes out after that?
So 2026, we got Doomsday Avengers, Batman 2, Dune Messiah, Dune 3, Shrek 5, a Jordan Peele movie, Supergirl, The Mandalorian movie, Untitled Star Wars Project, Hunger Games, Mario Bros, Avatar, The Last Airbender, another fucking Lord of the Rings movie, The Hunt for Gollum, Frozen 3, Turtles 2, G.I. Joe Transformers, Toy Story 5, The Exorcist.
Why Toy Story?
Money, dude. Street Fighter, the movie, Steven Spielberg UFO movie, and a movie called Project Hail Mary.
So, TMNT 2, the animated one?
Yes.
Totally here for it because it's like Spider-Verse.
Yes.
I want to see the artwork, and I think those kids did a phenomenal job. Again, like Barry and I were talking about that whole scene where he's like, oh, mollywop, you fools. Then like 30 minutes later, he's like, yeah, help me, I'm being mollywopped. Such a fucking stupid but great thing. But for that entire lineup, I feel like I almost feel like I'm back in high school, in middle school, and I'm like, why? If you would have told me with my fresh-ass fucking dreadlocks and braids playing DDR at a fucking bowling alley in South County, that I would be in 20-something years, I would be watching the same movies, but the 5th version of them, the 3rd version, the 6th version. It's like, why? Like, is there anything else out there? Because, I mean, the only movie I'm looking forward to right now is Alien.
Oh, Alien Romulus,
yes.
dude. I am going to see that.
Susan and I, Sanzu and I, are watching. So she had never seen majority of them. So we're currently on Alien 3.
Yeah.
Alien 3.
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
So we're on Resurrection right now, and then we're going to go back to Prometheus so she understands the order.
I need to watch those ones. Prometheus and what's the other one?
Covenant.
Covenant.
Yeah. And just enjoying it. Just enjoying the sci-fi of it, but Romulus genuinely, and the fact that it's what's-his-face from Evil Dead.
Yeah. So is Romulus taking place...
It's separate.
Oh, it is separate? Because it seems like it's like falling into place with Aliens, the second one. Because it looks like they're on the planet LV 426.
Yeah.
And it's before everything happened.
I have to double check because the way I'm seeing it right now is basically kind of like what they're doing with Predator, with Prey, which is kind of like their own offshoot that still deals with the Weyland-Yutani Corp trying to farm the eggs and whatever as a technical reboot. So I still think they're technically still kind of keeping it outside, but it's still within the side story.
I want to find out where it falls into that because recently, last year, they did a What If Aliens comic with Burke. Burke was in the second one. He was the one that like pretty much was setting everybody up to get implanted with the eggs and the aliens because he was scheduled to go back.
Okay, so the film synopsis for Alien Romulus is space colonizers come face to face with the most terrifying life form while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station.
Okay, so it's a space station then. All right.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Evil Dead remake director is doing it, and just it's horror. That's what I want to see. I want to see a genuine sci-fi horror movie. Like show if you want to make a part 2 of something, make a part 2 of Event Horizon.
Oh,
you know
dude.
what I mean? But like not even Event Horizon itself. Show me that director, the Ridley Scott's, the guy from Evil Dead. Show me them make a Dead Space movie.
Well, which one out of the Aliens did you guys like? Which movies out of those ones? Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, I've seen all of them.
Which one is your like the one that you're like, I could go back and watch that one every single time?
That's technically
2 for me is always the one, but
when you ask me
I
when you
like
ask me that
one.
okay when you ask me that question, I could always watch number 3. No, the 4th one with the Ron Perlman.
Okay.
That one's it's good, it's bad. 3 is
You
weird.
don't like space basketball?
Hey, I like that scene. I like that movie. But it's always going to be the first one and then the
Yeah.
second one because it's just that's like the defining, and also James Cameron is also a
Yeah.
fucking dope ass sequel maker. But in terms of favorite, yeah, it's probably the first. Actually, the first ones because I don't really care for Prometheus or Covenant.
yeah.
See, I like Prometheus and Covenant only based on the idea of forward back technology is what they call it, which is you're trying to do something 30 years before the originals, but
Right.
somehow the technology dumbs down because you're trying to like fit the like when Star Wars is all this amazing technology and that's like, all right, everything's corporate and
Yeah,
it's just fucking red and white
yeah.
buttons. This is some bullshit. I like them because I see more of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think the Alien movies are better.
Because I like Prometheus though, but as an alien movie, I don't think it belongs.
Right. That's what I mean. I like to see the universe it's in, but I think the Alien movies. I mean, clearly it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck do you mean there's no aliens in this thing? Well, it's a prequel. They haven't been born yet. Boo! This is some fucking bullshit.
And then
they wouldn't be in this.
And then the fact that the robot breeds the xenomorphs into existence, which kind of that really irks me because like they established like in the AVX or Alien versus Predator, like Predators
that they have predated mankind.
Yes.
Which that's the only reason why they live outside of that realm. But I will say this: Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Oh,
Holy fuck, that is
that's a good
fucked
movie.
up movie.
Yeah.
It is so good.
It's so fucking dark though.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Romulus because I want to see more horror go back. If you really want to get people back into movie theaters, you got to do what Dune is doing. You have to do what fucking Deadpool is doing, and you have to do what hopefully Requiem or Romulus does,
And
which is
create horny baskets, popcorn buckets.
I fucking hope so, dude. If they allow me to fucking
Well, they did show what they're doing for the Alien.
It's
yeah,
it's
and
an
someone's already
alien
making out
head,
with
dude.
it.
It's like a full-on.
They could have made a fucking egg, and then I could have put a fleshlight in that thing, and we would have had a great time. Not we, but
It's we now.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, Romulus. But I would say I think the thing that I think about the most is you have to get people back into chairs where they are afraid and need to watch it. You remember what was that fucking movie? Where the found footage of the demon in the house. It was like a big thing in 2007 or 8.
2007 was it? I want to say it's Paranormal Activity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was the only one in our friend group. There was my buddy Jerlinda and a few other people from fucking Soledad and Salinas that went to go see it. And it came to the Maya Theater. And everyone was like, this is... People cannot... Oh, my God. And I was just like... maybe I'm desensitized because of how we grew up. But, like, you know... Our family fucked with some brujeria shit, and I don't condone it. I don't like it. I'm very paranoid about that stuff. But, like, I remember watching it, and it was the same reason why I think Hereditary is a stupid fucking movie. Because somebody was like, Hereditary is a fucking scary movie. Somebody made a very good point online of, like, hey, man, some people see horror as a subjective idea of their biggest fear. People... When they break into your home, that's scary.
Oh, yeah.
Other people being out in the fucking woods and being taken by fucking a bear or some shit, you know, like being mauled.
Cocaine bear.
Yeah, some shit. And I was like, yeah. He goes, why don't you think Hereditary is scary? I go, it's just a white woman yelling. I mean, literally, it's Modern Family with the shitty ending. Like, you put both of the daughters together, and the retarded one loses her head. That's all it is. And then one of them, it's like a really, really fucking bad multi-level marketing scheme where it's like, please, Mary Kay, save us, and my daughter. It's just a bunch of white people yelling for fucking 2 hours. I'm like, I paid $6 for this bullshit? What do you mean $24? Oh, I'm ruined.
It's not Tuesday, sir.
Yeah.
And you're not in a movie theater. I'm in the back parking lot of a fucking Pilot gas station. the fentanyl, it's hitting. And so, but I do think that you have to create movies where you and Yessie, you and like your friends, like Ashley and fucking your mom and us and everybody, where you get together as a group and you're like, dude, because Paranormal Activity did a really good thing. I went to that thing and I remember being like, this is it? This is scary? And my buddy Jerlinda's like, you don't think this is freaky? I go, your mom yells way worse, because her mom, when she would yell, she had phlegm in her throat because she had a really bad respiratory infection one time. So when she yelled, it sounded like dual chords.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember hanging out in her room one day with a few friends, and I heard like a, but it was like two voices, shit. And I was like, it's the man. Yeah. Oh my God, it was. I was freaked out, and I was like, that shit's way scary because I was there, but I mean, people genuinely were so freaked out they had to get 8 friends to go.
Really?
I mean, like the idea of like,
okay,
let's all go out on Friday and let's go watch this movie together. When we were growing up, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
If you really want to get people back into the movies, you need to get people to go together and be like, let's go watch this fucked up thing. Let's go watch this funny thing.
Right.
Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
the amount of people that would get stoned out of their mind and seeing them like putting a pretzel in their mouth, and then watching my homie look over and he kept putting the pretzel in his mouth and it would slip out and he's all. And like in his mind, I guess
what
he
is
thought
he smoking?
No, like he just kept putting it in like he was dude. He's like, dude, these things are soggy.
He's like eating like a Muppet.
Yeah, and I was just like, he's like, this thing's soggy. I go, homie, you're soggy. Yeah. Moving right along. But somebody had asked in chat, Pueblo asks, any thought on the new Batman animated series, Cape Crusader, having the female penguin character?
I'll still give it a chance. I've seen some of the voice acting too. It's very similar to Kevin Conroy's.
Yeah, so they changed the penguin to a female actor, and then with Harlequin, they changed her to an Asian. But the thing is, she's no longer going to be kooky and like, hello, Mr. J. I guess she's going to be more of a straight, like, what do you call it? Stoic, very like serious.
They're gonna play it straight, and then she's gonna lose.
But then when she fucking loses it, she loses her shit, and she goes fucking aggro.
So they're taking the Harleen Quinzel.
But the overall feel and the look of it, looks fucking badass.
Morgan's gonna watch it. Shout, this is fucking bullshit. They've taken my identity. I would say the thing is people talk about Elseworlds. People talk about Multiverse. Somebody was like, it's just a guy with an umbrella. It's not that important. If you've ever read any of the Penguin comics, especially the Cobblepot stuff, it is fucked up.
Really?
There is one comic where I believe it was the waitress had stolen some money. She gets called to the office and is like, oh, please, like, I promise my boyfriend and I, we were just trying to figure some stuff out, and I'll pay it back plus interest, but please, like, just don't hurt my family. And he goes, oh, no, you're fine. You're paid. And she was like, really? Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I killed him 3 days ago. He fed him to seals, like alive, piece by piece. And he's just not bothered by it. He's like, all right, cool. Oh, and you have 10 seconds to get out of my club. And she's on the top floor. So she's going down one way. You're having a Penguin series come out with Colin Farrell.
Yep. Well, are they already in their second season? Or
no, it's barely coming out next month.
And it's a phenomenal. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I want to see what they do with it, but I'll be honest. You can mess around with some stuff, especially the Harley Quinn show, the Kite Man show. You have such a great diversity with it. I feel like Penguin, like a lot of the main characters, unless you're in an alternate universe, just leave him be.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do other than just you don't need to gender bend something if it's not going to all be included.
Right.
Because let's be honest, when you look at Into the Spider-Verse, you have Miles. Mm-hmm. Miles is a different version of Peter Parker Spider-Man. Cool. But Dr. Octopus was female. As was fucking Goblin. Was an actual fucking Goblin dragon dude. They were all variants of themselves. The only one who stays the same, Kingpin. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was a family man more than anything else, but he still was the Kingpin. So I mean, like, you have your anchor villains, you have your anchor heroes, but everybody in that universe fits the narrative of what would it be like if this was the thing. Gwenpool, all that. So I feel like with Batman, If you're going to change one thing, change it all. Because then I can go ahead and give this a genuine try, like the RDJ to Doom. If you're going to change one thing, change the whole fucking thing so I can accept that this thing is real in that universe.
Right.
Because if it's like, well, that's the one variable. Yeah, but Doom isn't the focus of the MCU. As to Penguin is not the focus of Batman. Batman is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But as far as Mr. Miyagi as Harley Quinn, he's a wax on and a wax off. All right, that is it for tonight, boys. Thank you, Rivers, for hanging out with us, man.
Rivers, thank you.
For anyone that has not seen Deadpool, go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. If you can get lucky enough to get your popcorn buckets,
yes,
go ahead and grab them because they're definitely going to go fast. What are your recommendations for the week, my boys?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I got a few recommendations. First off is Ride the Lightning by Metallica,
Yeah.
40th anniversary this week. Other ones is the story so far is the latest album, I Want to Disappear. Very great album, very pop punk album. It's only 30 minutes, very short, but it's very great to the point. A lot about guilt. And also second is also a band called The Warning. They have a recent album called Keep Me Fed. It's a sister band, 3 of them from Mexico. They recently toured here through Monterey the last couple of years ago, but very hard rock. If you support or if you're into hard rock, female power, you know, they're all about it, and they're just fighting the good fight for hard rock, man. They're a great band.
Fuck yeah. Let's see. For me, what am I reading this week? I just got in the mail today, actually, right before I showed up, the Deadpool versus Carnage graphic novel. So I'm gonna be reading through that one. I got me a whole new stack of books that I gotta go through here. Let's see, what else was I reading this week? Something came out. Oh, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the green, white, and black, I think is what it's called.
Know.
Yeah. So I want to see what where this is going. But what else? That's it for books right now. As far as music, I'm just always stuck in my old fucking 90s and been putting on at work the 90s playlist, all rock station, all alternative. So everything from fucking yep.
I'm 6 feet from the edge.
Fucking what's it called?
Maybe Deadpool ain't so far down.
Soul Asylum, that was one of them. Runaway Train. Let's see, there was a couple other songs I was like, dude, I forgot about all these bands back in the day. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And as far as shows, Hit Monkey, I got 2 more episodes to go with that one. I'm definitely digging this season. It's fucking just as bloody and fucking shit talking as Deadpool and as The Boys and all those other ones, since there's no more boys. So yeah, that's my recommendations for this week.
I'm gonna throw in one more recommendation. To get in touch for Secret Wars, go read the new Avengers from Jonathan Hickman, Avengers, and just Secret Wars in general, the latest run. So that way you're ready for fucking Robert Downey Jr.
No Name Collect says nothing will top Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, support your local LCS, says Ricky Spanish. No problem, Pablo. Appreciate you, man. All right, as far as for myself, I would say book-wise, tripping over Twilight. If you like Goosebumps, if you like Outer Limits, if you like Black Mirror, if you want a really fucked up anthology book that's 12 hours long on Audible, go ahead. If you can get yourself a physical copy, check it out. But this is probably one of the most fucked up books I have read in a while. Not because it's like super gory, but it's just, it fucks with your head. Like, give you an example. The story I'm listening to right now is Into the Pit. A guy tries to help out this family to fix their car. He's a mechanic on the roadside. He does pretty well. But he meets this woman and her husband. They're fighting. She's covered in a bunch of bruises and a bunch of scars, and he's trying to figure out why. He thinks that the husband's beating the shit out of her. Their son comes out, and the dude's basically the Hulk. But he's got goat feet, goat eyes, and like crazy scars everywhere, and just rips his parents apart when he can't get a toy. Curb stomps this dude, then throws him into a pit for 4 days after breaking his foot, and then just tortures him for 4 days mentally. But he's got the capacity of a 2-year-old that's autistic.
Oh, fuck.
So you don't know if he's a demon or if he's real. And finally, I'm at the point of the story, which is just one of the stories. You don't know if he did something like Black Mirror where the troll
Mhm.
makes the guy do all this fucked up shit, and at the very end he goes, I released the photos, and you find out the guy was a pedo the entire time. They make you sympathize with the guy to the end, and then you realize, oh shit, the guy's worse. I don't know if this is it or not, but this is something where it gets pretty out there. It's called Tripping Over Twilight. It is a phenomenal book on Audible. It is 12 hours long. There is, I think, a total of 20 stories if you are into horror, sci-fi, and all the above. Check that out. If you are around on Saturday, come over. We have the Bloomberg first draft night for the Sanctorum. Bloomborough, sorry. We will have all the people that wanted to have the Creatures of Nim story, but in Magic the Gathering. Yes. Come and hang out, build some Gundams, bullshit with us. And be sure to go check out Deadpool and Wolverine. Come to your local comic book shop ourselves.
Yes.
You can go to Intergalactic Imports. We also can go ahead and tell you to go check out some cool stuff over at Current Comics, Mythic Games, Green Potion in Salinas, Gamers in Control, as well as
Hadbros,
and
Sharp Corners. I think is what the
new
card,
one.
That new one out in PG.
And then Monterey Bay Collectors Lounge. So be sure to support all your local places. We will see you boys soon. Thanks for hanging out tonight, and good night. And so say the society. So.